Hey everyone, thanks for joining in. We got another Thursday night movie club going on. I'm excited to be here. It's kind of nice. I always say this, but I truly mean it. It's kind of nice wrapping up the work week and getting to do something like this where you get to hang out with a friend on a live stream and hang out with all the friends in the chat. So I appreciate anybody that's out here hanging in for the long haul, jumping in for just a little bit, or catching a replay. I truly appreciate it. And I'm not going to waste any time. So today for the movie club, I got Mega Mike Movie Man. We got Mike in here, so I'm going to bring him on out. So how
Hello.
we doing? How we doing,
Hey,
Mike?
I'm doing great. Happy to be a part of the movie club.
Uh,
Finally, I'm here.
I know, right? It's everybody. It's top of everybody's like life list, to check off to
Yep.
do that.
Time to check it out.
Yep. Oh, that's out of the way now.
Yep.
So, but we're talking backstage a little bit that, it's kind of, life gets busy, time gets flying by, but it's kind of fun to be able to take some of these moments to hang out with a friend and, hang out with chat, friends in the chat and just talk movies and fun stuff and, kind of take your mind away from that stuff for a little bit. But, I hope you're good with that for tonight for a
Oh,
little bit.
absolutely. Hey, that's the best part of my day. That's what my channel was founded on is, hey, having a fun time talking movies with friends and family. As simple as that. So, yeah, I look forward to these streams all the time, man. I'm a big fan of your channel. I've been watching since the beginning.
Well, I figure since I came on your channel and lost so many games on your channel, at some point I had to have you on because I'm like, okay, if I'm the biggest loser on so many of your like split the room and your challenges, all kidding aside, they're fun. I've had fun going out and doing that, but I was like, man, how many do we got to lose before I got asked Mike to be on
I
the
know, right? Hey,
channel?
but you did win one, so don't sell yourself short. You became a champion eventually, so
For
you
one
know.
time, for one
Hey, it's
time.
not how hard you get knocked down, right? It's how you get back up. As
That's
simple as
right.
that.
Even if it's only one time.
Exactly. Hey, one and done. That's all you need.
Yep. I'm gonna hang my hat on that one. I'm gonna go with that. So, but like we were saying, it's fun to hang out together. But it's even more fun having people jumping in the chat and talking. So I was gonna run through that just real quick. We had some people jumping in early, even. So I appreciate that so much. But
Jeff.
Jeff is in here saying a mega movie club with Mega Mike. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. We got Adrian in here saying
Go,
hello, Corey and
Adrian.
Mikey. Appreciate it. Collector Movie Man saying, hey, Mike and Corey just got home from seeing Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh,
Absolutely
talk
loved
about
it.
nothing.
Yep. Yep. No spoilers. No spoilers. Totally met my expectations. I literally almost fell out of my seat in the movie theater laughing. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm planning to see that this weekend. So I'll say you didn't say anything bad. So Collector Movie Man, I love hearing the excitement about the movie. I'm excited to go out and see it. So you're good there. Anybody joining in, any new movies coming out, we'll just kind of throw out there. Please, no spoilers. Let's let that excitement be there for everybody when they go out into the theater. We want to be able to do that. So Collector Movie Man, you're all good. Nothing bad there, but it kind of reminded me to throw that out there for people. But I'm so glad you had such a good time with that movie, and I'm excited to go out and see it as well. I think a lot of people are going to be excited to go out and see that. Mike,
I
are
know
you
I am.
excited to go out and
I'm
see it?
excited. I'm planning to go tomorrow. I was gonna go today, but then I'm like, dang it, we have the movie club today. Can't go today. That's okay. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make an epic event tomorrow. I'm gonna go see it with my family. We're gonna go to a premium screen. So I'm like, it's gonna work out better actually. So I'm
Yeah.
super excited.
No, that sounds awesome. That's like the perfect way to go see the movie.
Yeah.
Like have some family, have some friends, whatever. Like go out and see the movie. I think that's what it's meant to be. You come together, have some fun together, and share it with people
Yep.
that you enjoy being around.
Yep. Nothing like coming together, I always say.
Yep. So that's what I'm trying to get something lined up for this weekend. I'm going to be, I got stuff I got to do Saturday afternoon. So I'm trying to line up. I got somebody I've been bugging to see if they want to go see it with me. Saturday morning on for us, the big nice screen and the better Dolby sound they got in so we got that Saturday morning. I'm trying to line that up. I'm like, what would be more perfect than going out have a little breakfast and go see a great movie like that, you know?
That's a perfect day right there. You just described my dream day.
Yeah, I know. That's like,
Food, movie.
if you're
Yeah.
going to get me up a little early, that's going to be the way to do it. We got Johnny in here saying, "What's up, cool kids?"
Johnny.
Thanks for jumping in here, man. We got Gizmo in here saying Deadpool and Wolverine is Deadpool and Wolverine. Sorry, Corey, I had to spoil it. Spoil the fact. Don't block me. Oh, Gizmo, you're my resident Joker, so I appreciate you very much. But yep, I think it'll be fun. I'm excited for it. Wolverine is one of my favorites from my childhood with comics, and Deadpool has won me over a little bit just with the sarcasm and the I don't know, it mixes a good I said mixes, but like a good mix of like comedy and action, you know, within the movie.
But also, the movies do get really dark in some moments.
Oh,
I was
sure.
just rewatching them again, Deadpool 2, right before this, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, at the beginning, it's so dark in this one." He's trying to, off himself because of the net. I'm like, "Oh my god. Wow, I forgot how dark this movie is." Like, yeah, there's plenty of action and comedy, but I'm like, "Oh wow, there's some intense moments here. I got to be prepared. I got to bring tissues to Deadpool and Wolverine."
Yep, they hit you on all levels. You're crying and you're laughing, but I do want to try to. I don't know if I have a chance before I'll go see that, but I wanted to sneak both of the movies back in to watch them, but I don't know if I'll get them in before. But both are pretty recent watches for me, so. But I agree. Yeah, it hits on a lot of different levels for sure. We got a guy in here, Caveman, saying, "Hey everyone, please hit the like button." Thank you, sir. Thank you for the reminder. People saying hi to each other. Yeah. Johnny was saying, "Comrade Gizmo, you ruined it for everyone." We got Prince in here saying, "Good morning, friends." Yep. Good morning to you. Yep. It's for him. For him, it's good morning. For us, it's good night.
So, I know, right?
Yep. So thanks for jumping in. I know it's early morning hours for you. So very cool. Movie Hunter in here saying, "Evening, everyone." Saying hi. We got Tales from the Shelf saying, "Hey, everyone."
Ooh.
Thank you, sir, for jumping in here. I love, okay. I won't try to take too much time. I know I'm slow with it, but I love seeing everybody jump out and say hi. Jeff was saying, "Any spoilers for Deadpool 3 will result in a timeout." Sorry, not sorry. Jeff, you're one of my blue wrenches. You be on the watch out because apparently I'm not really good at reading my comments before I throw them on the screen. So not putting pressure on you. I know there's other ones, but if you see it, take it out. Take it out. Take it out. Yep. Saying that, yeah, now in theaters, put me in Guillotine Red Leader. No, I won't do that. But yeah, just keep it spoiler free for everybody, especially first weekend. People can start talking about it a week later, but opening weekend, no.
And spoilers is so tough because everybody defines a spoiler in a different way.
Yeah.
And so it's like nobody is on the same page about what a spoiler is, when to give out spoilers.
I know.
It's way different. Literally, you ask any person, they'll give you a different answer. I've never seen like two people match up the same on that. It's so funny how that works.
And I know there will be disagreements on this, but I almost am like opening weekend, just quiet. You know, like just quiet. Whether you think it's a spoiler or not, just be quiet. Let everybody get out if they want to get out that first weekend. After that, not saying I enjoy spoilers, but at least give a chance for people to get out and see it. But saying hi to it. We got Magic Hands in here saying, "What's up, everyone?" Yes. Great name. Gotta say that. Saying hi to each other. We got Caprice in here. Draculina.
Gotta give the heart.
Do it.
Work hard.
Oh, come on.
It's like it's not a heart.
There it's going.
It was a potato at first. I had to make it a heart. You know, it's tough to make a heart sometimes.
Apple is telling you you don't quite have it yet.
There you go. 2 hearts now. I made up.
Yeah, there you go. You got 2. So Caprice, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Jumping through a lot of highs back and forth. If I skip anybody's comments, It's not on purpose. Just kind of looking through really quick. Trying to respecting our time here as well. Um, sorry, I'm trying to read. I'm really
Okay,
bad at
I'll dance
reading.
for you guys while Corey's
I was
reading.
gonna say
To
Mike is here to pick up the
entertain
slack
you all.
from
Oh,
me
yeah.
trying to look at the comments.
Be at the club tonight, movie club.
Okay, so Prince is asking, how did you come up with Mega Mike as your persona?
Ooh, yes, Mega Mike
Hitting
the
hard.
movie man, the origin story, as you will. Well, I'll give you a little piece of it, I guess, with the name. Well, when I started my YouTube channel, I'm like, okay, I got to get the perfect name. What's going to be the perfect name for me? Well, I'm like, I want to use Mike. That's my name. I got to use Mike in some way. Well, what goes with that? I like alliteration, so I got to think of other M's. Okay, movie, that's an easy one. Another M, perfect. And I'm like, I love the superhero genre. That's my favorite genre. What can I do with that? Boom, I got it. Mega Mike, the movie man. It just trips off the tongue. It's just, it's just perfect. And yeah, that's how I came up with it. Hopefully it works for everyone.
Hey, no, it works well. It works well for sure. But yeah, no, that was one of my questions I was going to come out to before too long. So Prince, you beat me to the punch. Thank you for doing that. So Mega Mike the Movie Man was born then. So we'll get into that maybe a little bit more too. But we got Culture Trini in here also saying, what's up, people? Trini, thanks for jumping in. Bacon, what's up, man? We got Park and Sip in here saying, what's up, Corey?
First time I see him, Park and Sip.
Oh, that guy, you gotta check him out. He's actually gonna be on my channel Monday.
Ooh.
So good dude. So this is something with my channel too, kind of going a little bit out of my zone. He's got a lot of travel and food and theme park type movies or videos that he puts out, but he's very into movies and music. I know he's got a passion for both of them. And I was like, yeah, it'd be kind of cool to talk to him and pull some of those in. And he's out West Coast side like you. And there's a lot of places that he visits that ties into movies and pop culture. So I thought he'd be a good one to, and plus he's fun. I hang out in his live streams and he's a cool guy. And I'm like, kind of hard not to want to have somebody like that on your channel too, right? So
And I love theme park content. I'll watch theme park videos all the time.
Oh, he's got great stuff.
Perfectly with movies because theme parks often adapt from movies. Yes. Perfect.
Yep. Yeah. There's so many things. So think about all the theme parks you have out in California. There's so many of them that the rides or different park sections are themed after movies or pop culture type icons. And it goes right into it. So looking forward to that. So Bacon, thanks for jumping in, man. Saying hi to each other. Going through, we got Miss K Man in here saying hello, gang. How's my fave NPR voice doing tonight? If you're talking about Mike, I think he's doing pretty good.
Oh, I'm like, no, that's Corey right there. Yeah, I need to get Corey's voice. Let me bottle it like a Little Mermaid. Give me your voice.
Oh gosh, I get. I appreciate the compliments on that. Have you ever? Okay, so let's dig into this. I still want to get through some of the chat because I fell behind. But when you started doing this, YouTube, Instagram, anything where you were putting your face or voice out there, is there anything about it? Like for me personally, somebody can say like, "Oh, you got a great voice for it," but I hear it and I'm super critical about it.
Oh, wow.
So how do you feel when you first threw your voice or your face out there on the social webs?
Yeah. It's interesting. For the longest time, I thought I had the worst voice ever. I'm like, I don't like the sound of my voice. It sounds odd. It sounds terrible. I can barely speak half the time. I'm getting like mush mouth over here. Oh, this is awful. This is going to be no good. But then somehow along the line, I looked up and I'm like, oh, you know what? It says on here, interesting fact, most people out there don't like the sound of their own voice. And once I read that fact, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It's just me then. Let me go out there. What else I got to lose? People are going to hear me anyway,
So that's funny because I fell into that where I'm like, I would listen back to recordings I did a couple sample ones before I started doing this. I didn't like it. I was like, I'd hear my voice. I'm like, no, no, no. But I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah,
Not
definitely
the,
not.
not the only one.
Yeah.
Jeff was saying hi to Park and Sip,
I don't.
and
You keep making me want to sip my drink. I'm like,
I know, right? I do that too. I dry out so fast too, so I always have like 3 different things here. I get made fun of for that too. But saying what's good with you, John Doe Gigolo. So Monday, I hope Jeff is on for this one. So I'll just say this, not to sidetrack, but Bacon, Jeff, which is John Doe Gigolo, he's your buddy with the Insane Clown Posse. You guys will connect and have a good time with that. So, and you two gentlemen,
wow,
no,
that's a lot of super chats right there.
Yeah, right. We take a lot of money for that one.
And actually, I've never seen the movie. Actually, funny.
Honestly, I haven't either. Not on any reason. There's so many big movies I haven't seen before. I still only have seen the first of the Lord of the Rings. People give me grief for that. I haven't seen the second 2.
I love the second. Second one's my favorite. 2 Towers all day.
I hear that. I hear that from a lot of people. Is it the battle scenes?
Oh, the battle scenes are epic in there. You got some cool creatures. And it just makes sense from a story standpoint. Like the third one gets a little outlandish with some of the stuff that goes on. You're like, I don't know if I buy that. But the second one it's right there with everything. It's perfect on everything. The first one's a little bit boringer. So I'm like, oh, people start on the first one and then sometimes they don't want to go to the other 2. I'm like, the first one's a little slow. It's a lot of walking. Like you got to get into the second one. Second one packs a punch.
I finally bought the trilogy. And then I was told it was the wrong one because it only had the theatrical releases for it. But either way, I finally watched the first one. And even for being the slower walking one, I enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to checking out the other 2.
Oh, yeah. So, if you enjoyed the first one, you'll love the second and third one.
Yeah. So, no, for sure. I think I'm all in. And that was one of those that I don't think I ever had any doubt that I would like it. But, they're longer movies and sometimes
that's I'm like the theatrical cuts are fine. Don't feel bad about the extended cuts.
They're long enough.
Yeah. Theatrical cuts are fine.
We got in here. Everybody's saying, sorry, still going through here. Everybody's saying hi to each other. I want to hit at least the very least people jumping in, just to say, recognize people jumping in. And we got what we got here. We got was it Kevin here, the movie collector Maniac, saying hey Corey and Mega Mike.
Have I seen you over on my channel now, Maniac? I don't know. You gotta get there if you haven't been there.
So we can throw out, none of us doing this are above asking to be like, hey, if you have fun, maybe hit that little subscribe button.
I'm all about the shameless promotion.
Hey,
you know what? No shame in the game.
No. So before I get too far away from it, and we can jump into it again later too, but do you want to throw out, what you got going on, where people can find you?
Sure. And we'll double team this because I got to hear your perspective too.
Okay, go for it.
What you love to see and what your audience would probably really enjoy from my channel, because you know your channel and audience better than me. So, but for me, I make tons of content. So half the time it's a blur, but I'm always posting pre-recorded videos almost every day, physical media hunting videos, physical media news topics, ranking videos, collection updates, hauls, like you name it. If it's in the physical media world, I cover it in some shape or form. Okay, it's done with that.
Yeah.
But I'll do shorts for out of theater reaction. So every weekend I try to see the hot new movies, do a quick little 1-minute reaction, give you thumbs up, thumbs down, simple as that. And then also live streams, tons of different live streams. We'll do recommendations of movies. We'll do different games. I mean, we literally cover everything movie related on my channel, like I mentioned. But Corey, because I do so much, it's like hard to point people in a certain direction. Corey, what do you like from my channel, and what would you recommend your audience to go check out? Because I don't want them just to go to the channel and click the subscribe, because that does us no good. I want them to watch the videos first, test it out, see if it's for them, and then click the subscribe. So Corey, what do you like from my channel?
So I would say you do a nice mix of pre-recorded and live stream. So that's one thing definitely that I've seen from you putting out, that you do a lot of different things. So that's something I need to work better at, of doing a mix of those, live and pre-recorded. So the live side of it, I've taken part in lost many game shows on your thing, but they're very fun. Even losing them, I have a good time because it's hanging out with a lot of good people, talking about movies. You know, everybody's there to have fun with it. So I'd say that would be a good plus to jump in for your channel on the live side. You have game shows, you know, you have one-on-ones too, talking with people, but you definitely have some fun. You know, like the split the room, that has been one that I have been in more often. I was in one where sometimes you'll do, it's not a competition, but it will be focusing on a specific topic. So I was on one that was like your favorite stunts in movies,
Yep.
which is fun to talk about because there's like people throwing out ones that I'm like, oh gosh, I forgot about that movie. And it makes you want to go back and watch it again and see that. So, that definitely you got in there. And then pre-recorded, you have anything from, you know, coming out with, out of theater reactions. You know, there's some shorts I've seen with you. There's, just talking about box office numbers or sale numbers, going on. So, definitely a good mix. So I would say that if somebody wanted to go check out your channel, definitely check out multiple things on your channel because you got the pre-recorded stuff. You got the live, you know, fun things. Even if you catch it on a replay, it's still fun. You get to see that. You got a good coverage, I would say. So
I like it. I'm like the variety show of the media world. I'll take it. I love it.
Yeah, but that's a good thing. I think definitely a good thing, especially in this kind of space. I think that hits, you got different crowds that like different things, and you kind of hit a little of all those. So yeah, definitely something I need to work on a little bit more. I've leaned more one way than the other recently. Well, not recently, but most of my time. But that's all good. You have fun with it and you kind of work through it and you kind of grow and change as you're doing this thing. But I'd say you got a good mix with that.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm happy you watched the channel, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, no. Well, and that's why I wanted to have you.
Somebody's watching out there. Yay.
Yeah, right. That's all we want. Just somebody was just joking about that on the last game show. Like, why didn't you play that clip with Andrew Garfield? You know, like just one more, just one more.
We get one more.
Yeah. It's like that's all you want when you're doing these things. It's like just one more. Just check it out. You don't have to stay if you don't want to, but just check it out. Just one more person to look at it and see whether, and that's what's kind of cool about doing some of these things where, you might just never came across a channel. It gives you some exposure to it. And, you know, you might find your next favorite thing. So it doesn't cost you anything. Just go look at
free.
it. And,
free 99. It's the best price.
Yep. That's my kind of price.
Yep.
So sure.
But if you do want to pay, I do have memberships available. You know, I don't mind shamelessly promoting those either.
You know, you shouldn't be ashamed of that either. It's definitely, it's out there. There's benefits to that. If somebody wants to do that, go for it. If you don't, there's still a lot of fun stuff out there. So
absolutely.
Hey, we appreciate every little thumbs up or comment in a chat, in a live stream. So yeah, you get that. I don't have any cool stuff like that pop up on my screen like you do. So
okay, I'll do them all for you. You'll get something. It's a party.
There you go. So no, for sure, absolutely. Bacon was saying, "I'm super excited, bro. Nice to meet you, Megamike."
Yes,
yeah.
Cheers. Every time I see your name, I will take a sip.
Yep. You're both on the coast, West Coast, the best coast.
Yes, West the best, of course. Best from the West.
Unless you talk to somebody on the East Coast, but hey, that's okay. I'm in the middle, so
I don't know.
I don't have a say. I don't have a say.
From the East now. I don't know.
Oh gosh, no, it's fun. Everybody's saying hi. I'm gonna try to roll through these really quick. Yeah, Johnny was saying, yeah, I still can't stand the sound of my voice.
It's a common thing. Once you
Yeah.
learn that, it changes your world. It's like everybody feels the same way.
Yep. I am right there too. I think I missed saying hi to Mama Doe. Great job last night. But if I missed you, Mom, I'm sorry. Man, see, I'm bad about trying to run through these real quick. So if you're in here, thanks for jumping in. And yes, that was a great stream. I was out and about, so I was in and out of that stream, but I am still listening to it. So you did a good job. You had a great list of movies for sure. Van Ghoul's in here saying hello. I agree. Two Towers is great, and Carl Urban is in it. Is it?
You know
I haven't seen it yet.
I didn't even realize that. Who is he in there? Oh my gosh. I gotta go back and now look for him.
Throw it in there.
Yeah.
Throw it in the chat.
I'm like
long
so
as I don't mess up and miss it.
With actors' names, especially when I was younger, I wasn't really paying attention to the names of the actors. I was just looking at them as characters in their own story. So now I'm like, oh man, I should have paid attention to this stuff. I got to go back and actually look up the cast list and all this stuff. But I'm like, because Carl Urban, he's awesome. He's on The Boys. He's going to be Johnny Cage in the new Mortal Kombat. So, ooh. Yep. You're muted, Corey. Another stream shenanigan. We were just talking about this backstage. It always happens.
Oh, gosh. I talk about how I'm a rookie still. I'm going to still throw that out there.
Hey,
so
I still feel like a rookie myself. I'm like, I'm a little baby, a little baby channel. It just started, so.
Yeah, I'm going to use that like 12 years from now if I'm still going.
Oh, me too.
So,
like,
what I was
a little young.
Yeah, right. Yeah, kind of young. But Carl Urban, we were just talking about him the other night, talking about Dredd, that movie. So him being in there. So we were doing a little comparison of Dredd and Judge Dredd. So,
oh, nice. Yeah, Dredd's so good. I like both of those, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Johnny was saying you both are doing a disservice to yourselves for not watching Brokeback Mountain, a phenomenal film. Yeah, I need to watch it along with so many other movies.
Many movies.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? It never gets old, or it never will fail. Like doing this and putting yourself out there talking about movies, you always run into movies that are like, how have you never seen this movie? So with me, the Lord of the Rings has been a big one that people are like, what? What do you mean you never watched this thing? Have you had any that really jump out at you that people are like, how could you have never seen
I always
this movie?
use the excuse, I'm young, okay? So I got to go back to watch a lot of movies. You got to bear with me on that. But there's a ton of movies, I'm sure. Like anything before the 90s, I'm sure there's great 80s stuff. Like I just watched Risky Business on Criterion for the first time. That was the first time I've ever seen that movie. I'm like, oh, this movie's awesome. I love it. So, but I mean, movies like that where it's like, yeah, I wasn't alive during the time. I got to go back and watch this stuff.
Yeah, no, you always have things where there's always, and anybody that says that to you too, I'm sure there's a movie you enjoy that they have not seen before.
Oh, yeah. But that's the great thing. That's the great thing about this hobby is you're never done. You never run out. It's unlimited. There's so many movies out there. You will never have seen every single movie. Anybody, ever. No. Simple as that. So that's the cool thing about this hobby that we're in. It's unlimited. You got to keep going and kind of chart your own path. That's what makes it so fun.
Yep, absolutely. Russell's in here. Hey, Russell. He's saying Terrifier 3 is coming out in October 11th. What do you think of that, Mike?
I'm excited and I don't know, terrified at the same time. Like, oh my gosh, Terrifier 2. This was the first movie that I felt like I almost was going to throw up in theaters. Like I was gagging. I'm like, what am I watching right now? This is getting so intense for me, but I love slasher movies. So I really like Terrifier 2. I thought Terrifier 2 was a big jump up over Terrifier 1. Like the first Terrifier, I'm like, this is very low budget, B-level horror movie. Not really for me, but Terrifier 2 got a little bit more of a budget. It gave you characters you cared about with an awesome heroic character. Oh, I'm like, okay, we're going somewhere. So if they can step it up again with Terrifier 3, I'm ready for it. Give it to me. Gross me out.
I'm the bad person that has not seen the first two. I actually have, through a little trade, when I was meeting up with some people, I do have Terrifier 2 in my collection, but I have not watched it yet because I have not watched the first one yet. So, but I've heard get ready when you watch them. I heard you get ready when you
Oh
watch
yeah.
those things.
Oh my gosh. Some scenes are just burned into my skull now. I'm just like, wow. Shock value for sure.
Yeah, I've seen some clips of a couple things, so I think I know some of the big things. But yeah, it's a good one. I guess there's a big fan base behind it, so that's what's cool. Where you can get a smaller. The first one's a smaller budget horror movie, gets a good following, a buzz about it, and now they're coming out with the third one of it. So it's kind of cool to see smaller budget movies be able to get that momentum and do some more things with it.
Oh yeah. And that's the better way to go about it, honestly. For studios, they should take note of that and say, hey, let's pull back on the budgets. We don't need to make everything $100 million plus movie. We don't need to spend 200 million every single time. No, calm down. You can make 5 million movie, 10 million. You know, you want to get a little wild, 50 to 70 million, but cut it off. Cut it off at a certain point, or else you're just going to lose money, and that's not going to benefit anybody. And a good story is cheap. Like, you don't need expensive, you don't need a lot of money to tell a good story. A good story is a good story.
Right.
And then you're just adding in extra stuff after that to kind of,
Right.
boost up how it looks and whatnot. But you can still have a tame budget and still accomplish so much with that.
Oh, absolutely. No, I agree for sure. Kevin was saying, he thinks he's been out to your channel before, but hey, I'm sure Mike appreciates that, and anything you jump out there. It's kind of hard, as small as I am, and I know I'm way smaller than you, Mike. It is kind of hard to like keep, at least with my memory, keep track of everybody I've talked to as I started doing this. But that's the cool thing about this, where you get so much exposure to other people and talking with people. So have you had a good time with that in your time with YouTube? I guess meeting new people, talking to new people, making new connections.
100%. Oh my goodness. Wow. We could go so many directions with this, but everybody always says it. The community you discover on YouTube is amazing, especially with the BlueTuber community.
Right.
There's nothing like it. And when I first started my channel, it wasn't about, going into a community, making friends, all this other stuff. But I discovered that, and it just happened naturally, organically. I just discovered so many friends, people that I look forward to talking with every single month, all the live streams we do, and then even seeing people in person, like meeting up with Huck in California. I'm like, oh my God, these are legit friendships we are making here on this YouTube platform. It's amazing. Like, I'm going to meet up with another person when I go out to Florida in a week. I'm like, I'm going to meet up with this awesome YouTuber at Disney World. Oh my gosh, like this became something that I never even expected, which it's so wild. So, I mean, being a part of an amazing community, and once again, like I said, the BlueTuber community, so welcoming, so welcome. It's like, hey, you come on my channel. It don't matter how much subscribers you got. Get on. You love movies. Get the heck on here. Simple as that. So I do the same thing with my channel. I'm like, I don't care. As long as you love movies, that's my only criteria. You love movies, get on a live stream. Get over here,
Yeah, we'll have fun.
To me.
We'll have fun. Yep, for sure. Jeff was throwing there. So speaking of that, he was like, "I'll give you some of my pre-recorded for some of your live streams, Corey." So, yeah, I've leaned into that a little bit for sure. Caveman was saying 21 watching, 13 likes. Let's try to get to 25.
13 likes. Oh my gosh. Okay, we get to 25. I will give you guys a hint to my daughter's first name, and it'll be a big hint too. So we'll narrow down the list of names, and maybe some of you will be able to guess it with that hint. So boom, if we get 25 likes, simple.
I hit a refresh, and I think we're at 21 , so we're not too far away.
Shoot, man!
Maybe you need to jump that up a little bit.
But I'll keep it 25. I'm a man of my word.
People jumping back and forth. Let's see here. Hey, I'll go with this. I'll own it. Does Corey even do recorded videos, Jeff? Looks like it's been 4 months since he posted one. LOL. Hey, I'll own that. I'll own that for sure. Yeah, I started out with pre-recorded, and then I jumped into live streams, and I got bit by the bug. I enjoyed it so much. Talking, even if it was just you and me, Mike, talking. I enjoy that very much. And then other people jumping in the chat. Yeah, I'll own that for sure. That I enjoy that very much. And I leaned into it hard and have gone away from the pre-recorded. And I need to get back to that for sure.
But no, I totally get it. 100%. Live streams are so fun. So they're addictive. It's like you want to do more and more live streams. So I don't blame you at all. Like, do live streams. Have fun with live streams. Like, don't feel pressured to do other stuff. Like, when you get on YouTube, you got to do what you enjoy, what makes you happy. You got to do something you're going to have fun with. Because if you start doing too much of the other stuff where you're not having fun, that's when you get burnt out. You get burnt out super quickly and you're like, man, I'm over this. Why am I doing this anymore? Right. And you kind of get lost. So I always tell people, do what you enjoy. Have fun with it. If you don't have fun with it, there's no point. There's no point in doing it. So,
because I'm making this much from it, so I might as well have fun with it, right?
Exactly. Oh, of course.
We got Tiana in here saying,
Tiana,
hey,
let me see if I can actually give you a legit heart.
There you go.
On the first try. Awesome.
She got the hearts. Of course she gets it on the first try. I'm going to run through some of these really quickly. We'll get going here. We got Prince in here saying, Corey, for you, the movie club is my most favorite thing about your channel. I feel safe in your live stream. My debut on here talking about Pineapple Express was the best first time experience I had. I appreciate that very much, Prince. Thank you. And that's what's cool. There's so many people out here, even Mike's channel, too. The live streams, jumping in the chat, it's a very welcoming place. And that's where I started with all this thing. Before I started actually doing videos myself, is I had so much fun getting out into other people's live stream chats. And it's a good time, a good community to get involved with. We got Johnny saying, Corey drinking out of a Cubs cup. Has April seething now? Yeah. Sorry, April. I know she's more of a Braves, I believe, fan, but yep. Nothing fun, just a Cubs cup. So sorry. Let's see here. We'll go through here real quick. LOL. Yes, I say the exact same thing. We just small little channel. Please love us. LOL. Yep.
Give us the love.
Yep. Bacon, if you're still in here, your small channel is way bigger than my small channel. So I appreciate you saying that. We have similar feelings on it. So it's cool to have community jump in and join in with stuff for sure. Okay. Let's see here if we can get through. So Mike, thanks for hanging in with me. I know I'm bad at going through this, but
oh, you're doing a great job. Excellent job.
I appreciate it. Whether you're truthful or not, I appreciate it.
Well, I keep it 100 with you, Corey. Always. Unless we're playing Split the Room. Then split the room, I'll play a little dirty on that.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. At that point, everything
when it's competition, But right now, no competition. We just chilling.
Yep. Nope. I appreciate that. And I can understand that completely. We got Sean in here saying, hey, good evening, everyone.
That's a new name, too.
Sean? Cinephile Sanity?
That's a new name. I think so. Have you been to my channel, Sean?
If not, you got to know Sean. He's got man, the most watch-alongs I've ever seen ever. And that's a big statement. I'm throwing it out there. So Sean, not to put you on point there, but you got a lot of watch-alongs, and I love them. I'm not saying it is a bad thing, but man, you put the work in, man, for sure. Saying hi to each other. Yeah, Russell's in here saying hi to Sean.
And that's a new name too.
Russell? Oh, Russell's a good guy. Yep, for sure. And that's where we always say, whether it's the couple of us out here talking or people out in the chat, there's so many people have channels and great content out there. If you see a name you don't know, go check them out.
Yep.
You know, go take a look at it. Do a sub if you want to follow for a little bit, see if it's your thing.
Yeah.
If it's not, you can always unsub.
Yeah.
But if it's your thing, hey, you just found something cool to watch when you're bored and you don't know what movie you want to watch. That's what I usually do. So,
Hey man, and I love this YouTube community content. I'm watching YouTube all the time. Like before I became a person that made a YouTube channel, I was
Yeah.
always watching YouTube, looking for live streams. Hey, what can I do right now when I'm working out, when I'm on a long walk, like a long road trip, whatever it might be? Like, what can I put on in the background and just listen to? I love that kind of content. That's why I love these kind of live streams right here that you're doing. Just put it on in the background, listen to it while I'm doing something. That's the best. So that's all I ask people. Like, just for me, treat my stuff like a podcast. Any video, treat it like a podcast. Listen to it in the background. Hey, if you got to listen to me while you're on the toilet, that's okay. I don't mind. You're wiping your butt.
You're still listening. You're still listening.
That's all I ask. Let me be your toilet entertainment. I will take that. I got no problem with that.
I love that. Yeah, no, a lot of mine are in my work time. I'll admit that. I watch it all the time. But so I'll watch or listen to so many different channels, and then I try to go back and make comments when I can, but sometimes it gets away from me. But so I like to hear that from you. That's how I started too. Like I was listening to so many people's streams or pre-recorded, and then I started jumping into chats of the live streams, and then kind of graduated up to like, hey, maybe I'll try this out myself. So it's kind of cool.
And you're like, dang, this takes a lot of work.
Yeah, well, a lot more. So that's where when I start complaining about thinking it takes a lot of time, and I look at you and a lot of other people that do a lot more than I do, then I'm like, maybe I shouldn't complain about it taking too much time, because I think maybe I'm taking a lazy way out, but I'm having fun with it. So
exactly, that's all that matters.
Yep.
But it's fun to kind of talk about it though and vent with it. You're like, when I first started YouTube, I did not know that it took so much effort.
Oh yeah,
because you literally watch a pre-recorded video that's like 10-15 minutes long. Mm-hmm. Before I started YouTube, I'm like, you know what? It probably didn't take them that long to do the video, right? It's a 15-minute video, probably took 15 minutes. Simple as that. But then when you add in all the editing, the graphics in there, everything like that, you're like, oh, wow, this took 6 to 10 hours right here. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
And when you're small, you're like, oh, only 6 people watched it. It's like 3 of them was my mom trying to figure out YouTube. I will never forget those days. So I'm so grateful for anybody that watches my channel now.
And you're still like, thank you, Mom.
My mom is still in my stuff. I'm like, thank you, Mom. I appreciate you were my first subscriber. I'll take it.
I love that. Yeah, you never forget that early homegrown support you have around you, for sure. Van Gogh was saying, I follow so many people because of you guys and others like Huck. So no, it's cool.
Yes.
That's a cool thing when you do things like this. Like, you might run into people you don't know before, but you might find your next favorite channel to watch and follow. So, okay, I'm gonna run quick. I'm trying. Trini was saying, I always hear about the community. All jokes aside, met some people, great people, and because of the YouTube. Yeah. I mean, I hear you, Trini. There's pros and cons. It's not all roses and sunshine, but it's been fun meeting a lot of really good people through this. I'd say that for myself anyway. But
and you meet like-minded people that watch and talk movies. Because I don't know about you, Corey, but in my everyday normal life, nobody knows about movies I talk to. I'm not around a ton of movie fans. You mention a movie, they're like, oh, I've never heard of that before. Like, oh my God, I can't talk about movies with anybody here. Got to get online.
Yep. Bacon was saying, he's like, lol, bro, we all started with the same number, 0. The sky's the limit. For us, gentlemen. Let's rise together. That's a cool thing. And that's been a fun thing too with a lot of people I've run into, you included, that people aren't afraid to have people they meet in this to exceed and to do well. Like it's more like a wow, great for you, good job, and not a competition of like, oh, you can't be above me or below me. And maybe that's easy for me to say when I'm so small.
No,
But
no, you're right on the money with that.
yeah.
Absolutely. And especially with our community, because we are so small in numbers. We're like a
Hmm.
niche market.
Yeah.
Okay. Collecting physical media isn't the mainstream thing out there. Sorry to break anybody's heart if I broke anybody's heart right there. It's something we love to do, but we're a small group. So the only way for us to succeed is for us to all work together and support each other. It's as simple as that. I think we gain more by working together than, oh, I'm just going to go after that person and, knock them down and just step on it. No, nobody's going to succeed that way,
Right.
especially in our little small community. We got to work together. Simple as that.
Yeah, yeah. The more buzz, the more people you got following you or anybody else, it helps everybody else out because you only can put out so much stuff. And if those people want to see more, they'll bleed over to other channels for sure. But okay, I'm trying here.
But we're having great conversation though, so I
As
love
long
it.
as you're still good and hanging in there.
I'm hanging in there. I love it.
We got Larry, the horror cat dad, saying,
The
"Hey,
horror
hey,
cat.
everybody."
That's a new name. That is for sure a new name. I haven't seen that. The horror cat. That I
Oh,
like
he's a
that
good guy.
name though. That's cool.
Good guy for sure. Yeah, I had him on here before. He was a good guy. Saying hi to Larry, saying, yeah, Emil. Yep. Yep. Larry's doing good. Um, okay. I'm trying here. Uh, oh, we got Stacy here making a blockbuster night. Hey, look
Well,
at
Stacey,
this. I made it into Corey's live stream. LOL. So Corey, Mike, and chat. Hello, Stacy. I'm trying to talk that guy into seeing Deadpool and Wolverine with me Saturday morning. We'll
woo,
see if
gotta do it. You gotta
he's
do
in my
it,
vicinity, and I'd be seeing it all by myself if he doesn't
man.
go.
Hey,
No
that's the
pressure. No pressure.
but that's the best though. Like when you're close to someone, it's like awesome because you can do meetups and things
Oh
like
yeah.
that. I'm
Yep.
like, and where I'm at in California, it's like, man, I gotta drive far to get the people.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more challenging. But hey, I still been able to meet a few people, and I'm like, that's awesome. That's a win in itself.
Absolutely. I've had so much fun with that. I've had a little bit of it, but I love it so much. And speaking of that, we got another Cali rep for you out here saying
Oh,
Huck, saying preach on,
yeah.
Mike.
Of course, Huck.
We always got to have Huck in here.
Yes.
He is the epitome of optimism. I love it.
I
He
like
always,
that. You gave him such a sophisticated name right there. I'm going to be like, he's like the dad of the Collectors Club, but yours sounds better.
oh no, he's
I'm going to hear about it from him.
for sure. We got Mom Jane Doe Latte in here saying, "Hey Huck," and if I missed, you probably said hi earlier, so I'm sorry. Yep, right there. So I'm really good at missing people's chats, so thank you very much. But Bacon was saying 1,000% correct, Mike. Hating will only take you so far. Embracing the support makes this so much more fun. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, it's like if you can build up, that's the thing. So many different channels in YouTube, they're small markets. And if you can branch out to others or support others, it's only going to help everybody else in that small market. It's not like, oh, if you do better, I can't do anything. No, it might be like, if you do better, it drums up interest, and you only put out so much. There's only so much you can do, and somebody else can come in and be like, oh, I can fill some of that void if somebody else wants to see more. But
Oh, absolutely.
for sure. Sean was saying, well, I wish I wish it was as simple as supporting each other. Too many people on here who only have time for themselves. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you run into that for sure. Believe me. I was saying earlier, it's not all sunshine and roses, but I've met so many good people through this. So Yeah. Try to focus on those, but I know what you're saying, Sean, for sure.
Oh yeah, it's
For
never
sure.
perfect. You always get a few trolls out there, you know. That's just how it is. That's life.
Yep.
But I think in this community, I've met way more people that have been open doors, supporting, and just willing to have fun and help each other out. So
Yep.
I love that. That's a positive for me.
Yep. For sure. For sure. Bacon was saying, got to head out. Take care, Corey. We'll talk soon. Take care,
Cheers,
Mike.
sip.
Sip. I love his channel name too. Yeah, it's the perfect ones. Park and Sip.
I know, but now I'm almost out of my drink. I've been sipping too much. I've been seeing his name.
And then you're gonna have to take a break here before too long or something. Be like, come on, man, why'd you make me drink so much of my drink? So, okay, we got people saying, hi to everybody. So Huck was saying, now listen, Mike, if you're
Ugh.
not careful, I'll send you to bed without dessert.
Okay,
Don't,
sorry, Dad. I'll be good. I'll be good. I
don't,
need my dessert.
don't press them. Don't press them.
I know.
But I'll put a pin in that for right now. Everybody, thank you so much. I appreciate the chat. I could just do that all night long. But I was going to jump into a few different things. We have some movies we're going to talk about. We get to them. We don't get to them. Whatever. There's no rules. It's to have fun. But we're diving a little bit with your journey into YouTube, starting out with it. How long have you been YouTube, Instagram? Like, how far back are you jumping into all
Yes.
this?
So once again, I still feel like a very young channel. I'm still learning how to do everything. And then every time I learn something, then it's like, oh wait, but I still don't know how to do this. Or I forgot how to do that. Or now this technology isn't working. Now I gotta move to something else. So I still feel like a rookie in all of this, but I'm coming up on 3 years. 3 years when it hits Halloween. I started on Halloween 3 years ago, I
Nice.
guess you would say. So
Easy
that's
to
pretty
remember.
cool. Yeah.
Easy to remember. We got,
Yep.
I'm just going to jump in here. Mel was saying,
No.
hey fellas. So Mel, thanks for jumping in here. So we're just jumping we're doing a little deep dive
To the brain of Mike.
into the brain of Mike. So 3 years, October, YouTube, Instagram. Do you jump into both of them at the same
Yeah,
time?
no. So I totally started out on YouTube because that's a social media platform I was a fan of.
Yeah.
Actually, I really wasn't on any social media platforms for the longest time. Like when I was a teenager, I was on maybe one or two, but then I got away from it all. And then I started listening to YouTube. I'm like, okay, I'm loving YouTube right now. And I'm like, oh, I'm always listening to these live streams and podcasts and all this. And then once again, 3 years ago, I'm like, okay, let's give this a shot. I really want to do YouTube as like a career. If I can get to that point, oh my gosh, I accomplished something amazing. So I really went in with a business mindset. I'm going to treat it like a job. I'm going to do this hardcore. Okay. Yes. Excited for YouTube. Instagram came later though. And I
Yeah.
still have no idea what the heck I'm doing on Instagram. But I'm like, Instagram is a good way to connect with people, which is
Right.
why I got into Instagram so I can coordinate live streams and all of that. So I'm getting a little bit better, I guess, with Instagram, but I'm much more focused on YouTube. But I'll still post occasionally on Instagram, let you guys know about the streams I'm doing, when I go to the movie theater, all that good stuff. And then I also got on the TikTok not too long ago. I think I got on the TikTok maybe a year or so ago. But TikTok, I don't know what the heck's going on there. Don't ask me nothing about TikTok. It hurts my brain. I don't think I'm doing it correctly. That's a mess. But yes, I think I'm doing YouTube decently now. And then I'm okay on Instagram.
I have not jumped into that pool yet. Not yet.
It's a scary pool.
Yep.
Don't go in the pool.
Yep. Be very weary of going into that. But okay, quick sidetrack, and then we'll get right back into this because I want to talk to you about this. But Mel was jumping in here, and it made me think really quickly because it was such a special year for me, and I haven't done it yet, so I'm guilty. But the Rad Pack that she's part of, they did a challenge for 1994 movies that made you, like throwing out your 9 top in there. That one's a special year for me because that's the year I'm an old guy. That's the year I graduated from high school and also the year I started freshman year of college. So
Oh, wow.
very special to me.
And that's a special year for me too, Corey.
Oh,
That's the year I came into this world.
get out. No,
So
no, no,
just to make you feel a little bit older.
no. Yeah, I felt a lot older there. Even though that makes me feel so much older, it's a great year. There's so many good movies. So if you feel like putting together a list, they got a cool little 94 challenge going on. I'm still trying to get mine. Oh, gosh, 94? You were born in 94? Come on.
Yeah. And I took on the challenge. The video is already recorded. It's gonna release, I think, on
Oh,
Thursday.
you got one for them?
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
gonna
cool.
release on Thursday this upcoming week. So you guys will see my favorites from that year.
I'm looking forward to it. The year you don't remember because you were born that year. And I was trying to get a fake ID to go into bars. So anyway, sorry, shameless plug for Mel, because I love their challenges that they do, but 94 had a special place in my heart because of my transition from high school to college, but
And my transition from not existing to existing.
to be existent. So for sure. No, for sure. But okay, so before you jumped into YouTube though, in all seriousness, did you ever have any lead up to that where you were nervous about getting into it? You were thinking about it, or you're just like, I'm doing it.
It hit me all at once where I was probably having a rough day at work and I'm like, oh man, I'm not really vibing with the career space I'm in right now.
Yeah.
What if I did something different? And I had this weird epiphany. It was like a dream. I'm like, what if I did something for a living that I absolutely loved? Right? Sounds
Right.
like an amazing concept. I'm like, okay, what do I love? And then it just came out. I'm like, I love talking movies. I love watching movies. I love talking movies. I'm a massive movie fan. That's something I could always do. So if there's even a chance, a remote possibility that I could actually end up doing something I love and make money at it, so it's actually like a viable type of career in the future,
Right.
I got to give it a shot. I just got it. I got to chance it. We'll see if it works out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work out. But let me just try it because that's been something in my life recently where I'm like, you know what? I want to do something I love, right? Like life's too short not to do what you don't love. So I'm like, can I get on that kind of path? So it's like, I'm trying to carve out that path and we'll see if it works out. But you know, I've had a fun time regardless and learned a whole bunch regardless. So
No, that's good for sure. So no, that's crazy. So when you jumped in, did you, I'm just out of curiosity, like get involved with groups before you went in, or you're just like, I jumped in and then you kind of figured it out, or
yeah, I jumped in solo. I was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Han Solo. I was like, who are you with? Solo. I ride solo.
Yeah, all right.
I don't know what I'm doing on here. I don't know the technology. I don't know the production stuff. I'm working on before like a laptop that took me like 5 hours to upload something, you know. Like I'm just trying it. We're gonna see what happens. And so I've learned a lot since then. I feel like my channel's just grown a lot since then and adapted and changed so much. But I'm just like
Right.
trial by error. Let's throw stuff at the wall, see what sticks, whatever's working, keep doing. What's not working, let's pull back on. And so I've just been getting the reps in. That is it. That's why I
Yeah.
have so many freaking videos. I'm like, I have over 1,000 videos in 3 years. Over 1,000 videos in 3 years, just because I'm that type of person where it's like, if I'm gonna get good at something, I gotta just get reps in. Simple as that. I don't know nothing in this space. I don't know the technology, but I'm like, okay, what are my strengths? I can work hard, I can be consistent, and I love learning. Okay, I think I can apply that to YouTube. What I don't know, I will learn eventually as I go through it. And then I just got into it, and then I probably didn't even get into the community really reaching out to people till maybe 6 months, maybe after 6 months to a year, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Where then I was able to reach out and be like, hey, could I be on this live stream? And then people would ask me, hey, you want to be on my live stream? And I'm like, oh, you know what? I love this. Let me start doing my own live streams. Let's figure out how to do live streams because I had no idea how to do that before. So
Right.
it's been a big learning curve for me, but I'm just punching away. I feel like Rocky Balboa. I'm like, I'm just trying. Let me go the distance. That's all I'm trying to do.
Now, only if we could get you over the hurdle of being too shy to talk to people, and then we'll be good with you, right? So, no, I'm just kidding.
Right.
No, but that's the thing. It takes that. You got that personality to get out there and put yourself out there, and like, sometimes you got to be like, take it or leave it. You like it, hang out, let's have fun. If not, you can go on to the next channel, but for sure. And then we got super supportive people like Holland in here saying, Corey, you're ancient. So yes, I am.
He's young at heart. Come on, people. That's all that matters. He's fighting the good fight.
I'm still kicking. So Jeff is saying, is that a return to pre-recorded videos? A Red 9 challenge, Corey? That's one. If I'm going to do one, that's one I got to do. But I would say, regardless, if I'm too lazy to get around to do that, that's a good one for anybody. Whether you want to do a video or do even an Instagram post of your list and just tag the Red Pack, that's such a great year. There's so many good movies. It's kind of cool to throw that out there and give them a little love. So for sure, do that if you can, and I will try to do that as well. I'll try to lead by example, but
1 per hour. Oh my gosh.
9 hour. Holland, are you going to be on there for all 9 hours?
Man, definitely not going to do no honorable mentions on that one.
Nope. It will be strictly the 9. Holland, if we figure out a day and you're going to be on there legit for the whole time, I'll do it. How about that?
Oh my gosh. You guys are wild. I'm like, after 2.5 hours, I start getting the Lulu over here, and I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, we had a Gizmo in here earlier, and him and Anthony Horsmore. I think I tapped out a little over 7 hours, and I said, guys, I got to go to bed.
I don't know how they do it. That is endurance right there.
Iron Man.
I'm a sprinter. I'm like, yep. I'm done. I need sleep now.
Yep. I'll have to see. But Mel was saying, "Oh, thanks, guys. You're the best." No, that's you and your Red Pack. You guys are awesome.
You're the best, Mel.
Yeah, Mel is the best. She is.
Heart for you.
You do hearts for her, Mel, right there. Yep. I've had the pleasure of meeting her in person a couple times, and she's as cool as she is on her videos for sure. So definitely follow her. Like I said, so many people, even in the chat, you see a name you don't know, look them up. Go check out their stuff. Or maybe 1 per hour is too optimistic, 2 or 3. That might be a little too. We'll see. All right. I'm jumping through comments. I'm going to miss somebody. We got Jimmy in here, Scottish Geek Guy, saying howdy, fellas. Howdy. Dude, that's probably been a while ago, maybe, that you were in here, but you need to go to bed. He's legitimately from Scotland, so.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Good guy, though. Very good. I think 3 hours is the longest stream I've done a guest on a brother stream. So what's the longest stream you've done?
I think 3 hours. I've had... I think maybe 1 or 2 3-hour streams, but like I said, after that's when I'm Delulu. That's why I try to aim for 2 hours. Like, it's always my goal. If I do a stream 2 hours, sometimes it goes a little late, maybe 2 hour 15, 2 hour and a half max. But after that, I'm like, I gotta tap out. I'm done. I can't.
Yeah. Prince is saying, maybe he asked this earlier, but what is your movie? What movie is your cinematic serotonin boost? Like, get you in a good mood. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm like, a movie that makes me happy. Wow. I'd probably be a comedy, easy watching comedy. So probably like a John Hughes movie, something that's short, 1.5 hour runtime. Let's go. I can watch it before bed and have a good time. So whether it's like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Breakfast Club, Career Opportunities, something like that.
No, for sure. Yeah, I don't know for me. It depends what I know. This is the easy way out, but saying like what kind of mood I'm in. There's some nights I'll agree. So serotonin boost movies that I need to get my mood up will probably fall into that hour and a half category. Like not going 2 hours, 3 hours. But it could be a mix of action or comedy. Just depends what I want. But I think that length, it plays a big factor for me.
I love that runtime. Bring back the hour and a half runtime. Come on.
90 minutes. Let's do it. 90 minutes. Bring it
Oh,
back.
such a beautiful runtime.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
For sure. And that's kind of weird. That was the standard for so long. And then it just kind of, it went away. And then it was like, oh, you're not 2 hours. And then it's like, oh, you're not 2.5 or you're not 3.
And it's weird too, because people's attention spans are getting shorter.
Right.
And now these creators decided, let's make longer movies.
Yeah.
What? Come on. Don't you want people to watch your movies? Make it easy on people. Come on now.
I know. But that's where I save a lot of those movies too. So movies I have in my collection that are 90 minutes or less, there's so many I want to watch, but I kind of hold them back and wait for them because there's so many nights where I'm like, I want to watch a movie, but it's later. And I save them for those nights where I'm like, I know I can't do a 2 hour. I need something less than that. So there's some I want to watch, but I hold those for those nights that I'm like, I need something shorter to still get in and not be staying up till 2 a.m. or whatever. But
yeah. And most movies don't need to have a long runtime. Like for the 98% of stories out there, you should be able to tell it in under 2 hours in a movie form.
Yeah.
As simple as that. Every time I see a movie over 2 hours, I'm like, no, you could have cut out 15, 30 minutes, 45 minutes there. Like there's only probably a couple movies in history where it justifies like an over 3 hour runtime.
Right.
Simple as that.
No, I agree with you for sure. Jeff saying me and Corey did a 4-hour stream once.
Wow.
Yes, we did. And
you guys are warriors, man.
And then we talked for probably another half hour. So
my God.
That's the funny thing is like, oh, you did a 4-hour stream. And it's like, okay, yeah, but the back room talk after going live.
Dude, that's why I'm like, I'm peace out quick once I hit backstage. I'm like, thanks for having me. I'm out.
It's awesome. We'll talk next time. Huck was saying when I hit 2 hours, I start feeling the need to wrap it up for my guests. Yeah.
2
Well,
hours
and that's
good.
what, honestly, I try to do that as well. Like I try to ask and try to keep it within what the guests would like to keep it within. But then I don't know. Some of mine just have taken on a life of their own and they keep going longer. But it doesn't mean that it has to go that long. So if you're ever on here, so even tonight, Mike, don't feel like you have to. You know, so
TikTok, Corey.
we yeah, I know. We
passed well rested for Deadpool and Wolverine.
I know we passed the hour mark. So
halfway there, halfway. Let's get my sippies in.
Yeah, exactly. You might want to cut it off before that. You might be past the halfway mark at this point. I don't know. So, did Mike say The Breakfast Club was a comedy?
Yes. So, I mean, you could argue it's a dramedy because there are some dramatic, serious moments, like when they get in their little talking circle, but it's a John Hughes movie. So there's always some kind of comedy. Like when they're dancing, you're telling me that's not comedy? That's comedy. Okay. Simple as that.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's a good time. Huck was saying mine is Back to the Future
I
or
love Back to
Galaxy
the Future.
Quest any day.
So good.
I have actually never seen Galaxy Quest at this point. So
it's pretty solid. It's not like one of my favorites, but a lot of people love that movie. I like it though. Yeah, I definitely like it.
Yeah. Let's see here. We got Johnny was saying my favorite comedies are basically anything where old people fall downstairs. I know, I'm evil. Yeah, that'll probably be me later tonight, but no, just kidding. Jane Doe was saying, Johnny, it's more of a comedy than The Big Chill. I've never seen The Big Chill, actually, and I know that was one of them that you threw out.
I've always wanted to see that one. I know it's on Criterion with a Blu-ray, but I'm like, I don't know if I should pick it up. I hear mixed things. I hear it's not really what I'm expecting, because I'm expecting kind of like a coming-of-age party type of vibe, sort of like Dazed and Confused. So is it like that, or is it more serious and slow? I don't know.
Huck was saying, "Ooh, Corey, maybe we should see that." So I don't know if that was that last one I was just talking about, but Huck and I were just talking about. He's going to be on my channel before too awful long, so
Ooh,
I'm
Daddy.
just slowly picking my way through the collectors club. I'm just pick,
I know.
you
Pick,
know.
pick, pick.
No, you're all cool people that it'd be fun to talk to. So yeah, it's kind of one of those things that you have so many hours on the day and what you can fit in and everything. And it doesn't mean you don't want to, but there's only so much you can do for the day.
Oh yeah.
But so we were talking about earlier, just some of the movies that were kind of going around. Do you have anything that's really big? We were talking about Wolverine, Deadpool and Wolverine. Besides that one, is there anything on the horizon that you're really excited about seeing?
Man, my brain's like Swiss cheese, so I'm like, what's happening? Because I see so many movies, it's all
Yeah.
like a blur now. Because every
Yeah.
week I'm at the theater. Oh my gosh, I know Borderlands is coming up.
Oh yeah.
We got Alien coming up. After that, I don't know what the heck's happening, but there you go. I'm excited for those two. I mean, I usually get pretty much excited about most movies that come out in theater. So it's in the theater, I'll go see it. I'm sure it'll be a good time. I'm trying to think, has there been a movie this year that I'm like, oh, I love this movie? I don't think I've had that movie yet this year, and that concerns me. I've had a
What
lot of movies I've liked, but I'm not sure if it's on that love level.
one that I had, but I can understand if not everybody's on the same page with it. But it just hit me right the night being in the theater, the setting that I had. It was Late Night with the Devil. That was one
That's
that.
one I missed. Oh my
Oh,
gosh. I don't even know if it was at my local theater. And if it was there for like 1 week and I
yep.
totally missed it. Yep.
That's how it was with me. I didn't even hear about it. The only reason I knew anything about it was because of YouTubers I follow and they started talking about the movie. I didn't see any press anywhere else. People started talking about it and I started looking it up and I'm like, oh wow, my theater, if I want to watch it tomorrow, Monday night, I got to go see it because it's going to be out of the theater after that. So it was a short run. I barely had a chance, but I went out on that Monday night to see it and I was glad I did. It was a good one for sure. Not saying greatest movie ever, but the experience, the setting, everything I had, it was a good time with that. And I loved that it was a smaller budget movie. So I don't know. Sometimes it's kind of cool to feel like you're supporting something that really appreciates that support, you know?
Oh yeah.
But no, I definitely like that one. So, but I'm right on board to see Deadpool and Wolverine this weekend too. So
Yeah. And there's been a lot of good movies. Like Furiosa was really good. I
I
really
didn't
like
see that.
Mean Girls, The Beekeeper. There's been some pretty good movies this year, but I'm still trying to think of that movie where I'm just like, oh, I gotta watch this all the time. Like last year, it was
Yeah.
Shazam 2 for me. I
Okay.
love Shazam 2. I may have been the only one, but I love that movie. I saw it twice in theaters, and I rarely do that. Before that, we had like Free Guy. Oh my gosh, I loved Free Guy. Then before that, we had Joker. I'm like, oh man. So I want to get one of those movies that makes like my top 200 movies of all time list. Like when you find one
Right.
of those movies, you're like, oh, this is a special moment. I love this.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree with you for sure. Prince is saying he always asks this, but are you Team Crow or Team Blade?
I would probably go Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen too much of the Crow. I think I watched the original Crow one time. I am excited for the new Crow movie. That is something that's coming up. That looks pretty good. The trailer looked really fun. So I'll watch it. We'll see what happens. But I don't think I've seen any of the original sequels. I think I missed those. I've
Yeah,
seen the
you're
Blade
okay.
movies. Oh, I'm good. Okay.
Yeah,
I've seen the Blade movies. I like the Blade movies. Blade 1 and 2 are both excellent.
I'd say yes, I agree with you. After that, you're good. But that's my opinion. Somebody could say I'm totally wrong, and I appreciate that. But no, I'm right there. Corey, what's the matter? You pushing pencil? Yep, I am. That's pretty much me, Gizmo. Johnny was saying April is excited to see Alien Romulus. I have to get her to sit down and watch Ridley's Alien first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to watch a few of them before there. Aliens, maybe Prometheus would be good ones to see before that one, but that's just me. But are you
Yeah.
a fan of that series or?
I do like the Alien movies. It's not like my favorite horror franchise, but I do like the first one probably the most because it's more horror and atmospheric. Aliens, it took me a while to come around to Aliens because it was such a departure where it became more of an action movie. I'm like, what the heck's going on here? But now I've grown to enjoy it as an action movie. And actually, you know what? I like Aliens 3. I like the third one. A lot of people don't like the third one. I thought it was pretty good. Now the fourth one, yeah, that one's pretty forgettable. Prometheus was like, you know what? I like Alien vs Predator. I love the Verse movie. That was excellent.
I was so excited for that movie.
That movie was so cool. I remember seeing that one when I was young in the theaters. I'm like, this movie's so awesome.
Yeah. Well, it's like one of those kid things where it's like who would beat who, and you had to like would Superman beat Batman, or it's like one of those like you throw out names, and Alien versus Predator was definitely up there for sure. But
that's something we need. Bring back verse movies. I love Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, right. That was Predator. One too.
Like, come on, where are my verse movies at? Let's make it happen again.
Oh, there was so much hype behind that one. I remember when that was coming out.
Oh, so good.
Freddy and Jason.
I love that movie. That's my favorite Jason movie.
Oh, really?
Favorite. I love Freddy versus Jason. Oh my, that movie is so fun. Oh gosh.
Your favorite?
Yeah. If I'm going Friday,
I'm not saying you're wrong, but that's your favorite.
I love Freddy vs. Jason. That's cool. One of my That's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Oh, it's so good. Just to see those two titans throw down.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Jeff was saying, how has no one called out Corey's Predator poster?
Oh, it's in the corner. I see it now. It's like little in the corner. Let me get up the. Yes, I see
it. Yeah, it's just sitting on the ground. I'm trying to figure out where to put some movie posters. So it's just sitting there for right now.
I need somebody to decorate my space too. I'm terrible with this stuff. I need somebody to like organize my whole studio. Like, it's a mess. Like, you just see what's behind me, but in front of me, it's a pile of mess. It's probably going to stay that way too.
Oh yeah. No, you're no different than me. So no, for sure. This looks better than that way. Let's just say that. No, I think a lot of us are in that situation. But Huck was saying Trap looks so interesting.
Movie.
Yeah. Josh Hartnett is cool seeing him coming back into a lead role. So, and this one, that's what I'm intrigued. We'll just say that. Because they gave a lot away with the trailer, but I'm just waiting for like what would be the big twist that they might have in that movie.
There's usually always a twist with Shyamalan, and that's what I look forward to in his movies. So I like most of his movies, probably more than a lot of other people out there. But I love the twist. But Knock at the Cabin did not have a twist, and that made me mad. So hopefully it's better than that. Yeah. That was the first Shyamalan movie where I'm like, wait, there legitimately was no twist. Wow. Okay. Well, it was what it was.
I think you're always waiting for one with him. So, Gizmo, hey, Corey, what's wrong with Mindy? I can hear her barking. Is she all right? I thought it was Wolfie. Wasn't it T2? It's Wolfie. It's
Wolfie.
No, it's Wolfie.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Wolfie? Wolfie's fine, honey. T2, that's a good movie. Yeah. I see Howard the Duck poster.
Yes. A gift from a fellow collector member, Tim, gave this on the Christmas special. Oh, yeah. I love this poster. Shout out to Tim out there. My favorite.
And then Jane Doe was saying, Jeff, I noticed that too. Maybe the Predator poster. But all right, we're going to run through here really quick. I say that every single time. Trini was saying, I can't do movie theaters anymore. Yeah, I can understand that. There's a lot of people that fell out of it, but I definitely don't go as much as I used to, but I still enjoy it. But it takes a little bit more to get me out to see it in the theater. How about you, Mike?
I love the movie theater. That's like my second home right there. I'm always there every week. There's just something about being at that place. It's tough to explain, but you're just in that movie atmosphere. And to me, it's still the best way to watch a movie. no matter what your home theater setup is, you might have an excellent setup. You might have Dolby Atmos and all that set up on a nice OLED 80-inch TV, whatever. That's really good. But it doesn't compare to a movie theater screen and a really premium theater where they have those amazing speakers surrounding you. And then also you get audience in there, which sometimes audience can be bad. Don't get me wrong, they can be bad. But sometimes they can be great where it's like a communal experience. You're watching a comedy, you're all laughing together, or you're watching a horror movie, you're all gasping together. There's just something about that communal experience where like, it feels good to be a movie fan today. So I love the movie theaters and I love the unlimited subscription passes they have now.
I need that.
Oh my gosh. I get the use out of it. To me, if you go at least twice a month, if you have AMC's by you or Regal, they're both excellent programs. If you go at least twice a month, it's worth it. If you go 3 times, oh my gosh, you're saving tons of money. You're getting so much value out of it. Yep.
I wish I had that. I don't have that around me. But
no Regals, no AMC's?
No, AMC closed down around me. They
What do you got near you?
It's Marcus Theaters.
Okay, see, I've never even heard of them. So smaller chain.
It's a smaller chain. They had a pass, but they didn't offer it in my state. It was other states they were in. They closed that down and said they were coming out with something else, but it hasn't rolled out yet. And then one of the theaters shut down, got bought out by AMC. They opened it back up. They started revamping it, like doing some renovations, and then it closed down. They shut it down, and now it's nothing there. So the only ones I got really close to me are Marcus Theaters, and only one I really like to go to because now I'm spoiled. Where one has the actual nice recliners that you can lay back, and the other is like the old school where I'm not very tall, but even there, my knees are pressed up against the seats in front of me, and I'm like, I can't do it anymore. And that was the normal, but
yeah, it's tough, and everybody's situation is different. Like it depends what theater you're close to and how close you are to that theater. My Regal theater is 5 minutes away, so it's super close. I blink and I'm there. Simple as that. But I will say it's a pretty bad theater. It is that old school where they really haven't upgraded and the seats are terrible. Yeah, sometimes just things go wrong there. Like there was one time I was in an auditorium and there was no AC. And I'm like, I'm sweating right now. This is awful. So I do get those experiences. If I want to go to a better Regal, it's like 45 minutes away. So just depending on the movie, if I'm like, this is a movie I'm really interested in. I got to see it in the best format, I'll make the extra trip. So, yeah, it depends. But, I mean, I love the unlimited pass. If I didn't have the unlimited pass, I would be much more choosy. Definitely. I'd be at the theaters maybe like twice a month if I didn't have the unlimited pass. 100%.
I would go so much more often if I had that. I've been begging for the theaters around me to bring that to our area. Man. Yeah, like you said, 2, you're good. Anything more than that, it's gravy, you know? So I'm there for sure. So you got somebody signing up for your physical media organizer. I need to make that my career. He'll come and organize everything for you.
I know, right? How much do you charge, Jeff?
We got other people jumping in too. Trini was saying, come on over, JD. Yep. That was the twist, Mike. We all expected one, and we never got it.
Gosh, that movie made me so mad.
You're like, come on.
And the thing is, it wasn't a bad movie. Like, it wasn't badly produced or anything like that. It had good acting talent. It looked good, but it was just so simple in the plot. And when you don't have that twist to really change it up at the end, you're like, oh, okay. Like, it was what it was. Simple as that. Like, not terrible, but not exciting. It just, okay.
Yeah. I think this might hit with a lot of people, Trini. He says, theaters are great. It's the people.
And I have plenty of terrible experiences. So I'll have good ones and I'll have terrible ones. Like I'll have the ones where there's teenagers running around in the theater, and they didn't even pay for a ticket. They snuck in. So
Right.
they're running
Right.
around, throwing popcorn at people, like, it's getting freaking wild. And yeah, and then that makes it a really bad experience. But usually those are like the B-level horror movies for me. So I'm like, ah,
Right.
at least it wasn't a movie I was like really pumped up for.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get those experiences though sometimes, and I will totally put that on the theater. Like theaters gotta step up, do
Right.
better on security, like check your theaters more often. That's everything on the theater side that they can do better to provide better experiences so people want to go back. So that's all on the theater, and it's tough. Take
Yeah.
the good with the bad, I guess.
Yeah. No, I think it's tough on them. But I'll say, I think some people nowadays, they don't think about people around them
Oh,
and what they're doing might affect people around them. So I was so excited earlier this year. Our theater, even though we don't have much around us for choices, they started doing, and I'm sure other theaters do this too, with like classic movies. Like once a month, they bring back an older movie. They maybe have a couple nights where they have a showing, and they had one for They Live, and I was like,
ooh,
"Oh,
that'd be
that would
awesome.
be awesome to see on." I never saw it on a big screen before, and they put it in one of their smaller theaters, but still, I have never seen it on that big of a screen. And it's starting. The titles are rolling, and somebody in front of me, in the row in front of me, has their phone open, looking through whatever they're looking through, and it's bright enough that it's just so distracting out of the corner of my eye. And I'm like, come on, guy. And I was about ready to say something, and luckily they put it away. But man, they went way into the movie, and I'm like, you're not thinking about. They didn't have it on a dim setting. I mean, it was a bright. When you're in that dark of a theater, it's a pretty bright light that's
Oh
shining
yeah.
out from that phone. And I'm like, come on. And I'm like, why
Were
do
they
you?
young? Were they part of the younger
No,
generation?
no, they
What
were
a
not. No,
person!
no, I'll say it
Oh,
right now. They were my age or older. I'll say that right now.
wow.
I'll
Wow,
say
that's
that. So you
bad.
can't blame it on the young kids.
Man, I was gonna blame it on the young
Nope.
ones.
I
I'm gonna
know.
be
I
like,
know.
this generation is undisciplined and they're not taking things seriously. But
That's the easy target, but it
yeah,
wasn't. It
wow.
was, he was, I would say he had to be older than me, but no younger than me. And I was like, man, come on. And I was like, why are you buying a ticket to come to the movie if you're going to sit on your phone? Like,
Yeah.
go home and watch something on Netflix. And that's no, if you want to do that, no knock on that. But like, you at home on your phone watching Netflix doesn't bother somebody that paid 10, 12, 13 bucks, whatever, to go watch a movie in the theater, And
Yeah, it's 100% a society thing now where it's changed gears in a way where it's like, as you said, people not thinking about other people around them.
mm-hmm.
Like people just aren't conscientious anymore.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a weird thing. I'm like, it's way different. When I was young, it was very like you were very observant. You were worried about other people around you. Like
Yeah.
now, it's pretty much anybody does whatever they want, whenever
Yeah.
they, however they want.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Whatever.
matter, and they don't have certain boundaries and whatnot.
As
Oh,
long as you're happy, it doesn't matter, right? It
yeah,
doesn't matter people around you or
it, it,
whatever. But,
yeah.
oh, listen to me. I'm old guy yelling at the sky right now, but
And no, I mean, I do
but
those.
that's what's funny. It wasn't a young kid. It was not a
Yeah.
young kid. It was an older. He was older than me. He had to have been no younger than me, and I was like, really?
It
Come on.
must be the addiction to the technology then. I
Yeah.
mean, those phones are just so addicting. And I know we're online, we do a lot of online stuff, of
Yeah.
course, but there's times where you got to be like, hey, you know what? This is a time for us to relax, get away from that technology for a second, put it on do not disturb,
Yeah.
lock in for a couple hours, enjoy your experience. And that's actually why I like the theater. If people do behave, then I love that, because if
Oh,
I'm at
sure.
home, I will get distracted. I'll admit that if I'm at home and there's just something streaming, I'll totally look at my phone and all that. And it is much more a distracted atmosphere. But
Yep.
in the theater, that's the nice thing about the theater is like, oh, we're supposed to focus in on the movie now. When you do that, it's awesome. But when people don't, totally agree. It's just,
Yep.
it can suck.
Yep. But I'll do that at home too. Like I'll leave my phone in another room when I'm going to watch a movie.
Oh, I need to do that. I
I
so need it. I feel like I need to start doing that. Like, just go put my phone in a drawer somewhere, and
if
yeah.
I have it with me, I'm not above to say I'll be looking at it. I'll hear the buzz,
Mhm.
the vibrate. I'll look at it, but I gotta like put it. So I have my main movie watching area is in our basement. I'll leave the phone upstairs and go downstairs. But then it's kind of funny. I'll get done watching a movie and my mom still be like, "I tried calling you, you didn't answer." You know, it's like you expect that immediate
Yeah.
connection with people
My mom
sometimes.
does the same thing. But it's so weird because everybody expects that now, like an immediate like message back or something,
Yep.
and like we sped up so much in society now. It's like we're going so fast now. It's like we got to
Yep.
stop, take a little break. Like, don't we'll get back to the message.
Right.
Give us at least a day, okay? That's all I
Right.
ask for. 24 hours.
Or at
Come
least a
on.
couple hours.
It's like, no, why didn't you answer me? And you're like,
I
oh man,
know.
I just got 10 calls from the wife. Oh dang, what
Yep.
happened? Give me a
Yep.
chance.
I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Jeff was saying I have zero theater chains around me locally. Only mom and pop's two screen places. That misses so many movies. Old style seats, old projectors. Yeah, but you got to use what you got. But that's where I say I get spoiled. Both are about as far away from me. I have to go either. I live out in the country, so both are probably a half hour away from me.
Mhm.
One has the seats where they recline, and they're kind of nice, and you have a lot of room. The other is the old style where I'm not that tall and my knees are up against the seats in front of me. I'll go to the one that I don't have my knees pressed up against another seat, you know? So that's kind of the only one I have available to me that I personally like to pay money to go see movies in. But
And you know what? That's an opportunity though for those mom and pop places because I can understand it's more cost restrictive and whatnot. So maybe you can't upgrade as fast, but then you got to come out swinging with good customer service. Like
yes,
those
yep,
people should know their customers' names,
yep,
being greeted every time they walk in the theater. Like we've gotten away from that too as a society where it's like, where's the good customer service? Now it's like you call places and you just get a robot and there are all these AI automated responses. I'm like, where the heck are the human customer service?
for
Nobody
real.
knows how to talk to anybody anymore and help
Yep.
people out. I'm like, what happened, society?
I'll tell you what, I'll forgive certain shortcomings if you have more of that.
Yeah.
If you have like a, hey Corey, like thanks for coming back, like what can we do to help you out? Not that they have to like bow to you, but like they know you or will help you if you have a question or a situation that's going on. That goes so much farther to me than the opposite. So yeah, no, I'll forgive other things if they have that going on, but this doesn't. It's pretty much they, but it's probably like any place anymore where they have hard time getting workers, for the movie theaters. So like some of them, they hardly have anybody there working. Even you buy the ticket on the app and you just like walk in and half the time there's not even somebody that's checking to see you got a ticket
Oh
to get into the
gosh.
theater. But
What's happening, Corey? What's happening to
I know.
society? But you know what I would also encourage those businesses to do is instead of having a lot of workers there, hire workers that are more competent and that can get more things done. Because there could be somebody that could do better than say two people that are just lazy, they don't want to do anything right. I'd rather have one person getting in there, greeting everybody, checking the theaters, cleaning stuff up, like that old school mentality of like,
Yeah,
hey, we're really doing something here. So there's a lot of opportunity for them to step up in the game that way. And even for the big theaters out there,
I
my
agree.
Regal's customer service is terrible. So I'll tell you a few incidents. I mean, I probably have a list of 100, but a few things. Like, no joke, for I'd probably say about 3 to 6 months, they were out of Pepsi Zero at my theater, like completely out. No Pepsi Zero for like 3 to 6 months. So I didn't buy no drink from them because
Right.
that's what I drink. And I'm like, and I would tell management, like, well, when are you guys going to get, oh, I don't know.
Hmm.
It's not up to me. It's corporate or whatever. I'm like, what? Come on, people, step it up. And then I'll also be like, hey, you know what? When I do my out of theater reactions and I'm promoting your guys' movies in theater, I would love if you guys had a movie poster there for the
Yes.
movies that are showing in theaters. Because what my Regal does, it's so dumb, is that they take away basically the movies that are showing currently. They won't have the posters up. They'll only
Yes.
have future movies. And I've
Yes.
talked to management about that. I'm like, I want to promote the movies that are here now so more people will see them now, right? Get you
Yes.
guys box office. Could you do me a favor and have one poster up of the current movie showing? Just one.
Right.
Like if you want to do all the other future movies, you have a ton of different, instead of having 5 posters of, this new movie coming out
2
in
months
3
from now.
months. Yeah, it's like, but they're like, we don't care.
Yeah.
They do such dumb things there. Okay. And instead of creating an atmosphere where people could talk about movies in the lobby,
Right.
instead of doing that, they just put up a loudspeaker and started playing like Justin Bieber and Taylor Swift. I'm like, what the heck does this have to do with movies?
Yeah.
At least put movie soundtracks on or something.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
At least something
Scores.
movie related.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just like, what, that this does not fit movie so instead of people talking to each other in line about movies, nobody can hear each other think now. And it's just like, Regal, why do you do this to me?
So I ran into that just the other night. My wife and I went and saw Twisters, and I was like, "Oh, that'd be kind of fun. I want to take a picture of the poster and just say like, hey, now watching.
Yeah.
Hope you're all going out to check it out too." And we could not find one. There was not a poster. Everything was upcoming, and then they had electronic boards. Sometimes they have the poster on it, but they had it switched where it was just like Theater 2. Like 7 o'clock show. And I was like, man, I know that might not mean a whole lot, but like me, that's free publicity. Not that I'm like reach a lot of people, but if I post a picture and if I'm not the only one, there's multiple other people and you have your theater name right underneath the poster. And I'm like taking a picture of it and saying like, hey, I'm checking out this movie and you can see where you're at. That's free. People are putting it out there, and I couldn't find one. And we were walking out and my wife even was like, sorry, I don't see a poster anywhere. I'm like, I don't either. And we walked outside and sometimes they have some on the side of the theater. Everything was upcoming ones, not what was showing right there. And so I actually didn't get a poster to take a picture and post that. Not like I said, it doesn't wreck them because Corey couldn't post a picture of that, but I wasn't probably the only person that thought about being like, hey, we're going out to a movie tonight. And you had a chance to like show the movie you're watching and the theater you're at. And maybe somebody around you would be like, hey, maybe I'll go check that out. And it's free if you just have like a screen or a poster. And I'm sure all those movies it's not like they have to buy the posters, but I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I went way off on that.
It's a great discussion, and it's not just because it's one Corey. There's a lot of us Coreys out there, a lot of Mikes out there, and that's
scary if there's a lot of Coreys.
Well,
we don't
what I mean.
More Mikes. We want more Mikes than Coreys, but yes, go ahead.
Easily utilize it, and it'd be so powerful for them. It's like when people go to restaurants, right? They take a picture of the food, and it's food they're having right there, right now. It makes sense. Why can't they do the same thing at all the theaters? They can. It's just you think about, okay, who's making these decisions here? It's like so backwards in a way. You're like, it makes no sense. It literally makes no sense. I get you want to advertise movies upcoming, but you still want to show off what you have to sell right now. Those are things you're selling later. Cool. Awesome. Preview that. But you also have stuff to sell right now, and people don't know your movies there right now. And because movies are in and out, there's been plenty of times where I've run into people like, oh, I want to see that movie. I'm like, dude, that was out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
What the? I didn't know about that. And sorry, dude, it's gone already. You missed it.
Well, and that's the thing is if they put one poster up, even if it only brings a couple more people in, that's free. Like if somebody takes a picture like, hey, we're going to the movie tonight, and show that. But Speaking of support and like everything, we got Jaden Smith in here
Jaden
saying, "Hey,
Smith.
hey, Mega Mike, thanks for the support and calling me the original and only Karate Kid."
Absolutely, Karate Kid. We salute you.
The Jaden Smith, thanks for
Hey,
jumping in here. I
I'm happy
appreciate
to
it.
have Jaden Smith visit
Yeah.
my channel as well. You know.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Russell was saying born in the 50s. Hey, there you go, man. I'm a little later than that, but not as late as a lot of people. So,
Mhm.
hey. Holland was saying at the theater, I'll hold it for 2 hours. At home, I'm holding it for 2 seconds. Yeah. Like to be able to pause and take a break. Yep. I got you. A Gizmo, I know. You got to have a debate on new films and old films. He loves the old films,
Yeah.
doesn't love the new ones too much. So,
See, I like a lot of movies. I like new movies. I like older movies. You know, it's all good.
yeah. There's pros and cons to both of them for sure. But Trini was saying, plus it's like $100 to watch a movie these days. Yeah.
Well, if you have the unlimited pass, though, it's really cheap. It just depends if you're near an unlimited pass
Yep.
theater. But
Yep.
if you are near Regal or AMC, it's so cheap now. Like literally, you're getting all the movies for one low price, and then also you get sometimes free rewards. Like I've gotten plenty
Yeah.
of free popcorns and free drinks, and little extra goodies they'll throw in there, and then you can collect the reward points and use them on other stuff. Like, if you have a way to do it, it ends up being a really good system.
Yeah. So I'll say we don't have the pass, which I wish we did. We don't have that, but they do a rewards thing. So if you are buying tickets or concessions or whatever, you can scan your pass and it'll give you rewards. So I'll say at least that was a nice thing to have. So just this not too long ago, my wife and I went to Twisters. We were there way early, and now they opened up the nicer theater. They have like a bar area, and we're like, "Well, sit down and have a drink before we go in." And the lady working there, when I scanned my thing, she was like, "Oh, hey, you have $5 of rewards. You want to use that now?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Yeah, why? Yeah,
Mhm.
use it up." So that's kind of a nice feeling when they at least give you something back for what you're doing coming into the theater. So I like that. But yeah, man, I wish we got a pass sometime
Yeah. But at
for
least they
sure.
do something, and
Yeah.
every company can do something, but that's a brilliant idea. I mean, like, have a punch card too, and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, on the 10th movie, you get it for free or something like that. Every company, no matter how small or large, could do some kind of reward system that entice customers to come back.
Yep.
So it's sad when you see they don't do nothing sometimes. It's like,
Right.
what are you doing?
Right. And Stacy was chiming in there too, saying, "Yeah, our Marcus Theater is pretty nice. It's usually my first choice. That's the one I was just talking about, actually. It's the same one as I do, and as I do like the Collins on occasion, locally owned. So nice to support as well. Yeah, and that one is definitely less expensive, just an older theater. But yeah, I agree. It's nice to have those around too. Um, let's see here. We got Huck saying, speaking of Mike, I just went and saw Deadpool and Wolverine, and the concession, sorry, girl that I talk to all the time said, "Oh, look who it is, my favorite moviegoer," and I thought that was nice to hear. Yeah, who doesn't like to be recognized? Be like, "Oh, hey, welcome back," And no, I can see that for sure, Huck. I'd like it.
Oh, 100%.
They're just more like, "Oh, it's you. Go away." No, just kidding.
I know, right?
So anyway, I know I was running through these, and I can put a pin in it. We threw out the idea of talking, comparing. I saw Twisters, and you
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, I saw that too." Maybe we can talk between those Twister and Twisters. I know we're pretty far into it, and we kind of go as far as you want or as little as you want. We're kind of having fun, just kind of rolling, doing things. But do you want to dive into that at all, or
Sure. Yeah,
okay?
I'll talk about it, and any points you want to bring up about the movies, go for it. I don't have a ton to say on each and every single movie there because
Right.
I'm kind of late to the game on Twister. I just saw the original like a week or two ago
Okay.
in
Yeah.
preparation
Yeah.
for the new Twisters. And so I know a lot of people have nostalgia for the movie and love it, classic 80s movie. So I watched it and I'm like, yeah, it was pretty good. It's
Yeah.
pretty
You had
good
fun with
natural
it.
disaster film. Yeah, I had
Yeah.
fun with it. I like the cast in there. Like seeing Philip Seymour Hoffman in there. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's
He
a
was good.
delight.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really simple story though. I mean, they're chasing tornadoes to see how they can, I guess, get rid. Well, I guess in the first one, it's collecting data, so
Yeah.
maybe they
To
can
see
use the
what they could
data in
do
the
with it.
future to help the communities out and whatnot in the rural areas. I get that. So I like the story as it goes. I like the opening. The opening scene is so intense. I was not expecting that. That kind of gets you right into the movie.
Oh,
You're like,
as her as a child. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
and you're like,
Yep.
"Oh, okay,
Yep.
okay, this movie
Yep.
can be a little intense here. I like this."
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, overall, I liked it. The only part I didn't like is so the guy has a fiance, and you can see he's totally macking on the other girl, and I'm like, ugh. This isn't sitting right with me. Come on now. 'Cause that's just my own personal thing. I don't like to see in movies really. Um,
I'm there with you completely. Those things make me uncomfortable. I'll admit that right off the bat. Um, so yeah, because I didn't know for sure if we were going to talk about this or not, I did rewatch. I've seen the first one. I saw it when it came in the theater the first time, and I've seen it multiple times since then. But it'd been a while, and so my wife and I went and saw Twisters, and I'm like, well, just in case we end up talking about this tonight, I did watch the original again last night, and I was the same way where I was like, it just made me uncomfortable. I was like, come on.
uh,
And they had like some of those like scenes where the CB, the radios were still going and people were overhearing conversations, and some of them I'm like, no.
yeah.
Like, no. But anyway, sorry. I
This
didn't mean
one
to
was
go into that.
so sad too because the fiance was a really nice person. Like
No,
usually,
she was super nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
usually in these situations, you always have that movie trope where they make the other person a complete prick, right? Like the
Right.
boyfriend's a really mean guy, so you're okay rooting for the other
You
person.
shouldn't be with her. She's
Yeah,
evil.
yeah, like in Titanic, right? You're like,
Right.
oh, that
Right.
fiance is really mean.
Right.
But in this one, you're like, she's just a nice lady. She didn't
Yeah.
do nothing wrong. Like, oh, this is
Yeah, she didn't like yell at him at one point
I
through
know. And she
all
was
the
supposed to
crap.
point him up to the very end too. She nothing.
She's like, I understand. I'm like, wow, you're being way too
I'm like, oh my
nice.
gosh. I'm like, maybe that was the keeper right there.
Yeah.
Maybe you kind of went away a little too
She didn't
far.
even hit you. Maybe you should stay with her. No, I'm just kidding. but no, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. But that was the only thing that kind of, was rubbing me the wrong way. But other than that, I like some of the tornado scenes in there, right? Seeing the cow flying,
Yeah.
that's kind of wild. There's not a ton of tornado action in that first one. I mean, it's really only a couple or a few tornadoes. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it. And then it's really just the relationships and all that.
Yeah. I think maybe the effects of the time limited what they could do as well. For that time period, there was only so much they could do. But no, I agree. They focus on the people more, but that was one of the things though too. I think I lean towards getting more of a connection with the group that was with Helen Hunt and their group in the original one, and then Bill Paxton like jumping back into that. I felt like I had more of a tie to them than I did in Twisters, the newer one. Like you got to know them more. So maybe that's what you're saying. There was less of the tornadoes, but more dialogue, more connection that was happening.
Which I love that about 80s movies. 80s movies really had a focus on the relationships and the characters because once again they didn't have all the effect craziness yet.
Right.
So we got to lean into this a little bit more.
Yeah.
Which I mean it worked for the story. So at the end of it, I'm like, this was pretty solid overall. I was happy with it. I wouldn't say it's a movie I love that I'm like, oh, I got to rewatch this one all the time. I'm like, it was a good solid watch. Happy I watched it.
Right.
Going into Twisters now, I really like Twisters. I think I would probably take Twisters, the new one, over the original, just because they had more of that tornado action, right? You got fire tornadoes and just all sorts of wild tornadoes. The twins, we got
Right.
twins. Right?
Yeah.
You know that from the trailer. We got twins.
Yep.
So I love the action. The opening scene was great again, very intense. I did like some of the characters in here. I thought the main actors did a pretty decent job. The female actress, I don't remember her name, but she was pretty good. I don't remember seeing her in other movies. It totally slipped in my mind the name, but she was really solid.
I always blank on her name, but I know I seen her in Where the Crawdads Sing. And,
I remember that movie. Okay,
and,
that's where she's from. Yeah.
And Fresh.
Okay. Oh, I think I saw that one too. Okay.
She's in both of those, I know. But.
So yeah, she's pretty good. I like seeing her in this. I also like her friend who was in Transformers: Rise of the Beast. He was in Dumb Money. I'm sure he's been in a few other things too. He was good. So I like that. Glenn Powell, of course.
Yeah.
You gotta have some Glenn Powell. You know what? At first, I'm like, am I gonna like Glenn Powell in this movie?
He did a good job.
He won me over. He won me over again. I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna doubt this guy again because I really liked him in Maverick. I liked him in Anyone But You. And in this one, I'm like, you know what? Shoot, I liked him again in this one. And he's more deeper of a character than I originally expected from the trailer.
Yeah.
Because the trailer is kind of just like, okay, he's the rival. Let's see what happens. Competing force. Okay. But they really get into his character and backstory and then relationships and all of that. Oh, and you find out he's a YouTuber, right?
Yeah.
I never
That was kind of funny.
Like my YouTube brother. I love it. I'm like, I could connect to this stuff right there. And so having those few things in there, I'm like, oh, you know what? This takes up this movie to another level.
Yeah.
So I really like that there. And I think I would probably watch this one more often than the original now.
Okay, I could see that. Yeah, especially if you didn't grow up with the original as well.
I don't have no nostalgia.
Yeah, right. So I can completely see that. And Glenn Powell, I think, he did bring a lot to it. I was impressed with him. He had a good charisma, I'd say, doing that. And then I didn't even realize, I went back and was like looking at some of the things. So some of the competing crew that they were up against and Twisters, the sidekick guy that usually had a hat and sunglasses on in the passenger seat, he's going to be the next Superman.
Yeah, Corn Sweat.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but I was like, somebody said that. I'm like, I looked at him again. I'm like, when I was sitting in the theater, I was sitting there going like, he kind of looks like Henry Cavill, but which is kind of funny now that he's supposed to be Superman coming out. But, but no, I can see that. Like I said, my wife and I enjoyed it, and I know people don't like to be like, you just say like, oh, it was fun. Like, well, what was fun about it? There was a lot of action going on, but a good story kind of intertwined with that. But I thought it was fun is I think both of us, we had some tension going throughout the movie too. Like it seemed like it built a little tension. And I think you kind of always knew what was going to happen with it, but you're sitting there and you have this anticipation of what might happen going on through it. And so I think that's why we walked away and we're like, yeah, we had a good time. It was not a wasted, because we've definitely been to movies before where we walked out and we're like, eh. I mean, truthfully, you've had that before too, right? You pay for a ticket and you're like, why? I could have waited a month and watched it on one of my streaming services.
Rank. Oh, so many nightmares from that one. Not in a good way.
I have not seen that one before. Nope, I have not seen that.
And then the one recently, which a lot of people love the movie, In a Violent Nature.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Not the movie for me. No,
not for you.
No, it was not.
Okay, total sidetrack. I know, but one that I felt the most disconnected from people I know and enjoy their ratings of movies the most separated I've ever felt has been after I saw Longlegs.
Yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of Long Legs
Okay.
either. I
Okay.
gave it a
Okay.
negative. I
Okay.
gave it a thumbs down. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed by it, especially because it was overhyped so much. Yeah, I thought it was kind of boring.
Yeah. Well, and I don't trash on people who liked it, but that was one of those I walked out of, and I started seeing everybody's reviews like on Letterboxd, like friends of mine, like what their ratings were. And I was like, that was the first one in a long time that I was like, man, what did I miss? I felt like I missed something. But anyway, not trashing it at all, but yes, it's kind of weird when you come out of a movie and have a very different feeling from, you kind of form a group of people that you don't always agree on every single movie, but there's a good overlap of things that they enjoy and you enjoy. And then when you see something that's an outlier, it just makes you kind of, or at least me, it like makes me kind of wonder, like, what did I miss? Or, what did I not see in that movie?
But that's what I love about it too, because it's all subjective anyway.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's all art. Nobody's ever gonna line up 100%.
correct.
You may line up 90% with somebody, but you're never gonna be 100%, which is what makes it so interesting. But yeah, like I said, I have that all the time. Long Legs was one, In a Violent Nature, Skinamarink. I don't know, some those art house horror type of movies. For some reason, like a few of those, I'm just like, a lot of people love them.
Not
I'm
your
just
thing.
like, no.
Okay, so those maybe not be your thing, and I know we kind of hit on it earlier, but was there anything on the horizon that you're really excited for? Sorry.
Yeah, like I said, Borderlands. My interest is peaked. Alien, my interest is peaked. Beetlejuice. I'm getting more excited for that sequel to Beetlejuice after this last trailer. I'm like, what? This looks really fun. I like them getting the classic actors back. You got Tim Burton back. How bad can it be with the same kind of visionary there? So that one got me more excited as well. Joker 2, first Joker movie, one of my favorite movies of all time. Super excited for that second Joker. So I think those are the ones I'm most hyped up for right now. And then there's ones I'm just like, why am I not hyped up? I feel like I should be hyped up, like Venom 3.
Okay,
Venom
I was
3 is one where I'm like, why am I not excited for this?
You want to be, but
I want to be excited. It's a superhero movie, but I'm like, it looks like the same old thing.
please make me excited. I want to be excited. Like, bring it. So, do you lean towards superhero movies? Is that, I know you have a lot you like, but is that a genre that you kind of lean towards more than others?
That's my go-to genre. So that's the genre where 9 out of 10 times I should like the movie. Okay. Not love the movie, but I should like it. I'm very easy on that genre, very forgiving. So as long as you give me decent time, I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Whereas like there's other genres where I'm not easy on, like Westerns. Westerns are a 9 out of 10. I'm probably not going to care for it. Like I saw Horizon and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I still need to see that one.
I'm like, yeah.
So I tell you, not putting you on the spot. I like Westerns. I have not seen Horizons yet, so I'll say that. But do you have any that you do care for that you've had fun with?
Yeah, like I said, 9 out of 10 I don't like, so there's always that 1 out of 10. So out of the years, I have probably a few I like now, which is like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Okay, yep.
Love that one.
Yep.
What the heck else do I like? Westerns. I'm like trying to think now.
Have you ever seen Silverado?
I have not seen that one. No.
Oh, it's kind of cheesy, but that was one that got me back into it when I was younger. It has a huge cast. Like Costner's in there, a very, very young Costner. Danny Glover. There's a huge cast. Dennehy is in there. Yeah, it's a fun cast. But
yeah, I feel like the Westerns I would think of, people would not consider them Westerns. I'm like, Holes. Holes is my favorite Western.
Oh, hey, there you go.
People consider it a Western. I don't know.
So
Um,
that's the thing. So I had somebody that was just talking to me about that not too long ago about modern westerns
yeah,
and what that. And so like one that was thrown out was Hell or High Water.
I
Have you
love
ever
that
seen?
one.
That's a great
Yep.
movie.
Hmm.
So they were throwing that out, and I couldn't argue against that. They were like, "That's a modern western," and I was like, I can't argue against that. I could see that for sure. Um, and that's a great one. And I actually that made me want to go watch it again, but I haven't. But
Yeah. So there's
okay,
a
so
couple classics I like. Like I
yeah,
like Giant as well. Longest movie ever, but that's a really good classic western. So yeah, there's a couple classic ones I like, a couple new ones I like, but there's a lot of them in the in between where it's just like, these feel the same. There's a lot of sand. I feel like the story's the
the
same.
sand.
Like like it gets into that plot where you're like, I don't know, it feels like the same thing over and over. I don't know.
I love that. I love that. There's a lot of sand. We got people chiming in with that. So Kevin was saying Tombstone.
Everybody loves Tombstone. I'm like, fine.
That is such a quotable. That's like one of those movies. Like there's some movies that if you can quote it at a certain level, it's gonna be good. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just, it's a fun one. But in Young Guns, how about that one?
I just watched Young Guns for the first time. It was fine.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I
No, fair
wanted to
enough.
love it because it had the Rat Pack in it. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm ready for this, and I'm like,
They're
fine.
not for everybody. Not for everybody. And Trini, Trini's like, Mike, you lost me. I love westerns.
I'm
I do
telling
too.
you.
Trini, I grew up on those. So, but I also realize they're not for everybody. You know, not everybody's going to like the
Yeah.
exact same thing. So that's, oh, Kevin, you got me. Open Range is a favorite of mine.
Okay.
So that's another Costner, very long movie. So maybe if you had
Why
a
are
bad
they so
experience,
long?
maybe
Ah!
you've had a bad experience with Horizon, you might not like that
Oh
one.
god.
But you got
Well, see,
Costner. Go ahead.
it's interesting because Horizon it's not bad quality at all. It's great quality. Like all the ingredients you think to make a good movie, it has. Like the cinematography is excellent. It sounds great. You have good actors in there. The writing's very solid. Like the dialogue's fine. Like it has all the ingredients, but
Yeah.
it's missing something. It to me, it feels like this should have been a TV show and do an episodic TV show, but he just made it into like these different 3-hour movie chunks. And so you really don't get a full on interesting story just with this first part. I don't know if it's going to change by the time we're supposed to get like 4 or 5, 6 part. I don't know if we're going to get all those now.
Right.
Who knows? But it felt more this should be an episodic Western type of show on HBO or something like that.
I've heard that. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard that from many people where they're like, that should have been a mini series
Yep.
and not like
Mhm.
movies. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'll still check it out sometime. But
Yeah.
Open Range, to go back to that one, Kevin Costner, Robert Duvall, Annette Bening, some great names in it. But I can understand some people will watch that and it's like a little slow for them, and it's a longer one. But I like going back to that. How about Unforgiven? Oh,
It was
come on,
hyped up
Mike.
for me. It was
Mike.
hyped up, and I'm like, yeah,
Mike.
fine.
That one, that didn't get you at all
It
with
just
the.
feels the same to me. I'm like, I can't think of anything in there where I'm like, oh, this was really unique and different.
Oh, I
But I
can
guess that's
understand,
how
but it hurts you.
superhero movies are to a lot of people these
I
days.
know,
They're like,
but
oh, all superhero movies feel the same.
but you will probably have that at some point, right? Like some superhero movie that somebody's like, and you're like, how could you not love that? You know?
Oh, that happens all the time.
Okay.
Like I said, I like 9 out of 10. But when somebody questions Howard the Duck's greatness, I'm like, what is wrong with you? At the very least, it's fun. It's fun and entertaining. It doesn't have to be great, but
just don't question Predator. No.
That's a good one. I like action movies. I'm easy on those ones.
I love my sci-fi movies, but oh yeah, no, I understand. Like when you say it's not your thing for Unforgiven, I can understand it's not for everybody, but you always have those movies that you're like have a connection with or like really enjoy. And when you hear somebody that doesn't like it, you can understand why they don't, but at the same time you're like, "Oh, really? Why?"
That's me with Shazam too. I'm like, why?
Okay.
Why don't people love Shazam too? I don't get it. It's so
Well,
good.
you'll get mad at me. I've actually never seen it before. So,
Have you seen the first Shazam?
yeah, and I had fun with it.
Okay, it's the same in the second.
Okay. Okay.
Same fun level.
Okay. Yeah, and I didn't not watch it on purpose. It's just like we were talking about earlier. You always have a lot of movies that are people are like, "Oh, I can't believe you haven't watched that before." So, Brian was saying, "I'm not a Western fan either. My dad watched them all the time when I was a kid." Yeah, that's how I got hooked on them. Actually, was my dad.
Yeah, my dad liked those too. Yeah.
Just didn't catch right. That's okay though. That's okay. No, that's right. Trini was saying, yes, I grew up watching Westerns with my grandpa. We talking John Wayne, Rio Bravo is my
one I
favorite.
do
Rio
like.
Bravo.
I just remembered because you said John Wayne. I do like The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart, excellent, but it's a shorter run time. Westerns get shorter run times. That's all I ask.
No, that's a good one. So if you like Jimmy Stewart, have you ever seen High Noon?
No, I have not.
That's a shorter one. Grace Kelly's in there too.
Ooh, oh, there we go. Okay,
Yeah.
I know some of these names. Yay.
Yep. That's another one that's thrown out a lot as a classic, and it's a shorter one. It's a shorter one, and I'm not saying that as a slight. I understand. Like sometimes, believe me, when I see under 2 hours or you see 90 minutes, even it's like, I don't know. It's a plus when you see that sometimes. Like sometimes some of those stories can be tightened up a little bit and can be told in a shorter amount of time. But yeah, High Noon, that'd be another one if you don't mind checking out a classic. Prince was saying The Salvation with Mads Mikkelsen, and I have seen that. I have that. It's a good one. It's a modern Western, but very good. I went on a kick watching some Mads Mikkelsen's movies, and no, it's a good one. The main lady that's in there, I'm blanking on her name, but anyway, I'll remember that about 2 hours after we're off the stream. But Mike hates Westerns. You don't hate them, right? You don't hate them.
I like every single genre. I'm just saying with Westerns, there's more of a chance for me to be like, it's fine. And to me, a fine movie out of a score of 5 for me would be a 3. Like, fine. I watched it once. Okay. I don't feel the need to rewatch it a whole bunch. Yeah. Whereas like with a superhero movie, once again, 9 out of 10 times, I'm like, oh, I do want to rewatch that. So that's the difference there. But once again, there's the 1 out of 10 where I'm like, no, like Madam Web. I'm like, no, I don't want to rewatch
I haven't seen that one yet either.
Oh gosh. That was bad. Oh,
so I'm okay waiting on that one.
I cannot forgive that one. That was unspeakable. Where you talk about Horizon had all the good ingredients,
right?
Movie, Madam Web had 0 ingredients for a movie. I'm like, everything is terrible here. Not good casting, not good
going for
your plot, not good dialogue, not good visually. Like nothing was good. I tried because I love superhero movies. I'm like, is there something in here I could say positive? Like this was good. No,
right.
It was all not good. I'm like, hey.
You're like, I tried my best. I can't do it.
Yep.
Brian was saying he liked a couple Western shows like Big Valley, Rifleman, and F Troop. I only know Rifleman. I remember liking that one, but Prince was saying, have you seen 310 to Yuma, Mike? 2007. So there's two. There's the original or the remake.
I've seen the new one. A lot of people love it. Once again, I'm just like, yeah.
That's okay. Have you seen the original?
I have not seen the original.
Okay. It might be worth checking out, but not saying you'll love it, but yeah, it'd be worth checking out. I get it. People love Star Wars, and I grew up on Star Trek. LOL. Yep. Yeah. Everybody's got their own thing. Um, I might have said a name wrong. Ava Green, you mean, Corey? Maybe. I can't remember what I said. Gizmo, I don't like westerns with great acting and amazing practical effects, but I love CGI. Yeah, Gizmo, I always love you for a great comment in my
Yeah.
chat. So love you, man. Love you so much. I enjoyed it. 3 stars for Madam Web. Okay. Hey, but that's okay. That's okay.
That's good.
It hits
Like,
everybody different.
I want people to love movies. So if anybody loves a movie that I did not like, I don't. That's good. I'm happy you love the movie. Like,
Yeah.
just because I don't like a movie doesn't mean you should not like it. Like,
Right.
everybody needs to love what they love. Simple as
Correct.
that.
Right. Make your own choice.
Yep.
Jeff was saying, I think I've only seen like 5 westerns. Super blind spot in my viewing. Oh, Jeff. Oh, I got to talk to you sometime. I'm going to be watching one with him and his mom actually, over on his channel before too awful long. So with Paul Newman, and I'm blanking on the name of it. It's a really long name, but anyway. Oh man, if you're open to it, I'll have some to throw out to you for sure. But there's some good ones, but I understand also that it's not for everyone. Oh, thanks, Prince. Yeah, the girl in Salvation. Eva. Okay, thank you. Nope, I was blanking on her name, and you were throwing it out for me, so I appreciate it. So, because she was also, I think, was that the same actress that was in Casino Royale? I think maybe with
Oh, yeah, that sounds right.
the newer
Yeah.
the newer one with Daniel Craig. But thanks for throwing out there, Prince. You're always looking out for me, man. Let's see. Do I read Gizmo's comment or not? Let's see. I don't know. It's always a crapshoot. That was not real love, Corey. You need to show the tattoo. Now, I don't have any tattoos, so I don't have any to show. So there you go. Disappointing night for you. No beef, Mikey. Only steak. I don't know what that means, but there we go. The Salvation is Danish. Yep. I remember you talking about that, Gizmo. How you said that was probably a headache for them filming that because of the nationality they were and where they were filming it at and the crews they were using, that it was a hard shoot. But no, it's a good movie. And I have it somewhere back there for sure. Let's see here. Hold on just a second.
It's okay. I'll dance again.
Yeah, I want to see you dance, so I'm just hanging out. But I was trying to see how I could. I didn't want to show that one. I was trying to get rid of it.
Was that a troll one?
I don't know.
Was that a troll right there?
Yeah,
I didn't even read it.
Yeah. Well, sorry. I was trying to get rid of it, but it's still showing up. It might be gone already. But anyway, Gizmo hates new stuff. Yep, I've ran into that from time to time with him. No truer words have been said. Yep. Trini was saying, I love movies, so I'll watch just about anything except most found footage. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm kind of hit or miss on those. Mike, have you had any found footage that you enjoy watching? Or
I have done a found footage stream. So yes, I have seen an okay amount of found footage movies. Yeah, they're hit or miss for me. They're not like my favorite horror movies to go to, and most of the times they are horror movies. They're probably at the bottom of the horror genre for me.
yeah,
but some of them are pretty decent. Like there might be 1 or 2 Paranormal Activity movies I thought were fine. I do like Cloverfield. I thought that was pretty good.
That was one I was going to throw out. Yep.
Yeah. So there's a few in there. Oh, I have one. Project Almanac. If you have not seen Project Almanac, write it down. It's a sci-fi one. It's time travel, found footage. It is awesome. Project Almanac, I highly recommend. It's not like amazing, but it's good. I quite like that one. And then also Chronicle, the superhero found footage movie. I really like that one too.
What was the last one you just said?
Chronicle. Oh, Corey, you haven't seen Chronicle? It's a
No.
must watch. Oh, it's so good, and you have an all-star cast in there. You have Michael B. Jordan's in there. You have what's his name? The guy that played the new Green Goblin, Dane DeHaan. He's in
Okay.
there. It's really good. Yeah. So that's probably my favorite, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Chronicle and Project Almanac, and then Cloverfield. There you go.
Yeah, I actually just watched Cloverfield not too long ago for the first time. I was late to the game on that one, and that was some Gizmo. Even though he's giving me a hard time, we were doing a little exchange. I got a little package of some movies from him, and that was in there, and I enjoyed it. Except, man, I could do with just a little less shaky cam through the thing, but
Yeah.
yeah, it still was. It was still fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Where did I just leave off? Jane Doe was saying the life and yeah, that was the movie. I was blanking on the name. The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean with Paul Newman. That's the one I'm watching with her and her son Jeff, John Doe Gigolo. I'm looking forward to that, but I haven't watched it yet. Sometimes I don't know if you do this. If you're going to do a stream and talk about a movie, sometimes I wait till the last minute to watch it right before I do that stream, just so it's like really fresh in my mind. But that will be a first time watch for me, and I'm holding off until we get closer to that stream. So
that's the best way to do that. A lot of times I'll watch it like a week before, and then I forget half of it. So I'm like, oh wow,
go back to it.
I totally forgot.
Yeah. So that's what I did. That was kind of interesting watching the original after watching Twisters. I found a lot more. So when I watched Twisters, there was like maybe one or two things I'm like, oh, that's a nod towards the original. But when I watched last night, the original again, there were so many things, like maybe not so many. There was quite a few more things that I'm like, okay, I could see where they kind of, whether it's copy or a nod to the movie in Twisters. I saw a lot more things where I'm like, oh yeah, they did that too in the new one. But
oh yeah,
did you run into that too watching it? Or
yeah, the plot lines are actually kind of quite similar.
Yeah. Yep. Gizmo saying, I don't hate all new films, just the popular ones because Prince. They're terrible bad. It's all right, Gizmo. It's okay if it's popular. It's all right. I couldn't even see it. I don't know which one that's at. Jeff, sorry, I'm missing that one. Larry was saying Diary of the Dead. I have not seen that.
Nope, I haven't heard of it. Didn't that just come out with a Walmart Steelbook on Blu-ray? I feel like that came a part of their like horror line Steelbooks they're doing, or it's supposed to come out, something like that.
I don't know. I wrote it down just in case. But yeah, Gizmo, one of his suggestions, man bites dog. Tell him, Corey. That was interesting. I say Gizmo, I probably differed on your opinion of that, but that's where we can do that. It's okay. Yeah, for sure. But that's more of a found footage type of film for sure. Prince was saying, I've seen Project Almanac.
It's a good one. A lot of people haven't seen it.
I haven't. I'll have to check it out.
It's cool. I like time travel stuff. I just think it's fascinating. So.
Oh, I'll like that. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Corey, we must do a watch along a Chronicle. Okay, so Jeff must be a big fan of it as well.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious with you, Mike. I've only done a couple, but have you ever done watch alongs on live streams?
I've never done one. No one invited me. No one invites me to a watch along.
Would you ever like to do a watch along?
Sure, absolutely. Okay. I mean, I don't know what it is really. Like, I know what it is, but I'm like, it would be my first time, so someone's gonna have to teach me how to do it.
I'm still figuring it out myself, but we should do it sometime. Yeah, I've only done it like twice, and yeah, it was just like we were all trying to queue up the movie at the same time, watch it, and like kind of talk along as we're live streaming, but you can't live stream the movie. So it's interesting, but it was fun, you know, especially if you all know the movie, and the ones we've done had some comedy with it. So it was kind of joking along as it went, but all right, Mike, we're going to get you in a watch along sometime. This Sunday I'm doing one with Jeff's in here, a couple of them for Beverly Hills Cop, the original. So
That's a good one.
Yep. We'll have to find one you'll actually like. Do it with you. You got to know it first. Yeah, Gizmo saying Cannibal Holocaust is the best mockumentary ever. I've never seen it. Heard lots of things about it, but
I haven't seen it either.
It might be kind of. Stacy was saying Chronicle and Project Almanac are both a lot of fun. I got them written down. I haven't seen them yet. So I know I'm keeping you probably really long here.
It's okay. 10 more minutes. I'll give
10
you
more minutes. We'll wrap it up. Nope, for sure. So here is Jonah Hex a superhero Western?
Man, I only remember seeing that one time, and yeah, it was pretty bad. So yeah, I guess it's a superhero Western. But that is, the 1 out of 10 times they tell you for superhero films that I can't forgive. That was that 1 out of 10.
I have not seen that one. I know what you're talking about, but I have not seen it.
Yeah, from what I remember, it was pretty bad.
Is that Timothy Olyphant or?
I literally remember like nothing of that movie. Like that's how bad it was.
I like him though, if that's who it is. But okay, pretty quick. I'm gonna swing through here. We'll shut it down. I know I'm keeping you along, but hey, so wrapping it up. Again, I know we hit it at the beginning. People, where they can find you, and anything you have, anything coming up that you want to throw out there? And
sure, yeah, I always got a ton of stuff. Mega Mike the Movie Man. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I do pre-recorded videos, live streams, out of theater reaction shorts. You name it. If you love movies, you love collecting physical media, I cover it in some way, shape, or form. The pre-recorded video that dropped today was movie numbers, where I break down physical media by the numbers. So if you haven't seen that episode yet, watch that. Super fun. I run down the top 24Ks of the previous week. I give you analysis on what's going on in the physical media world, going over all the trends that are going on and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I got more ranking videos coming up, hunting videos. Like I have a Big Lots that just is closing down by my house. So they had a super sale on everything. So I did a physical media hunt there. So that's going to come up in a couple days. So yeah, a lot of great stuff coming up every week and for the rest of time, I guess. I don't know. And then I will have another live stream in like 2 weeks. We're doing a X-Men franchise ranking live stream. We're including all the Deadpool movies. We're calling ourselves X-Force. So it's going to be fun. So yeah, you want to sub to the channel, turn on notification bell, but more importantly, watch the content. Click a video.
Yeah.
If you enjoy it, that's the most important thing.
I'd say for sure. That's one thing with all of our channels, no matter what size you are, there's so many people out there, and sometimes it's hard to come by a channel, whether they're big or small. So if you don't know Mike, if you don't know me, the only thing we ask is like, go out there, check it out, like do a sub, check some stuff out, hang out for a little bit, check the content out. Doesn't cost you anything. And if you end up not liking it, hey, no problem. You can unsub and go away, but you might find a next best channel that you love it and you want to follow it. All the things. And like, that's one thing I said earlier, Mike, with yours, that I need to try to do a better job of. You mix it up quite a bit. So the short form, the recorded videos, and the live streaming, you definitely do a good mix of those. And I think it kind of hits a lot. Some people kind of fall into, they like one or the other, but it seems like you hit a good mix of those. And so definitely, for sure.
Always mixing it up.
Yeah, you got to. And then maybe it keeps it a little fresh for you too, when you're going through those things. So
even with the background, you see these lights I added. You see?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a new addition. That's a new addition. I've only had these lights up for like a week or two now. I don't know if they're working well or if they're awesome or if they added anything. I don't know. Corey, you didn't even recognize them. So nobody cares about the lights. I'm shutting them off.
I'm a horrible
They're going
person.
away.
I'm a horrible
lights
person.
Lights are gone.
Oh,
no more lights for you.
Oh, that looks horrible. Nope. It looks
Okay.
horrible now.
Okay, the lights
There
look
you
okay,
go. It looks
there
better.
you go.
I'm just all excited. I blocked my blank wall back here, so I'm doing baby steps of different things, of stuff like that. But no, it looks good. But sometimes the really good things, maybe they don't like blast you in the face. You don't notice it right away, but when you took it away, I noticed it, and I'm like,
There you
no, it
go.
looks better with it
You don't
in
know
there.
what you have till it's gone.
Exactly. You don't know what you got till it's gone. So everybody's saying like they're calling out tonight, saying later. So Trini, thank you for that. But Mike, I would say thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I know I probably took you longer than you wanted to go, but
No worries. Wait,
I
how many
appreciate
likes
it.
did we get to real quick? Did we hit
Oh
the
gosh.
25 marker? We don't want to forget that
Oh
for the
gosh.
people. I
I'm
made
bad.
promises we got to honor.
I know I'm bad with this stuff.
No.
23. 23.
Oh, sorry. I'm a man of my
I know.
words. You guys failed. Too bad.
23. At least this is saying 23. So
We'll have to try another
maybe
time.
another time we'll have to
Another
try
day.
for that one. But
Another
I
day.
forgot about it. You got
Yeah.
a better memory than I do. But
That's all right. We tried.
yeah,
That's
we
all
tried.
can
Hey,
do.
that's all we can do. But no, Mike, seriously, I appreciate all the time you spent on here, and everybody that's jumping in the chat. Whether you're in here for the, there you go, right there. Trini just said, like, Jeff was saying 25 now. Maybe I need to refresh here again.
Refresh it a little bit. Let's confirm that. We'll verify it.
I might be behind the game now. I'm up to 24.
I don't know. Jeff is saying 25. Do we believe Jeff? Is it Jeff certified?
Jeff is certified. I'd say he's certified.
All right.
I'd say he's certified.
All right. I'll believe you, Jeff.
Okay.
I'll believe you on this one. So I'll give you one hint towards my daughter's first name. I will give you a famous franchise, and then that should narrow down the list of names. You're going to have to watch all the movies in the franchise to see if you can find the name. But the franchise, you like your sci-fi movies, right, Corey?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Love your sci-fi movies?
Yep,
okay. Yep. Planet of the Apes. That franchise. Planet of the Apes.
Ooh.
Go watch it, and then maybe you'll discover the name. Simple as that. That's all I'm saying. That's the only hint you get for tonight.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Wow. Being a little cryptic, but you're giving some hints out there.
I gave you a good hint.
Planet of the Apes. Okay. Yep. Anybody that's in the chat right now, if you have some great names for a daughter, right?
Yep. Yeah. That should help you narrow it down. Yeah.
Maybe that narrows it down a little bit. If anybody in the chat from Planet of the Apes franchise, if you have some names that you know from Planet of the Apes, send me a little message because I need to go back and dig a little bit. I'm gonna have to dig after this one.
I give you guys homework. Simple.
I know, right? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Off of, so, all right. Well, cool. Yeah, Gizmo was saying Pippi lawn stockings. I don't think that's the right one, but we have other people. I'm just my web might be behind other people saying 25. So, all right, we got the official. So, Planet of the Apes franchise. A name for a girl. We'll have to look at that.
And if you want another hint, I did give another hint on Huck's Pop Culture Cafe's channel. You got to watch one of the morning mugs we did like 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. There was a totally different hint on there. So if you watch both of those hints, I mean, you should get it after that. If you can't get it after both of those franchises, let's say that.
Okay.
I can't help you anymore.
do you want to see any of the guesses that are flying out or no?
I won't confirm it, but let's roll it. I'm going to be straight face. I'm not going to say nothing.
Okay. We got Ari. Jeff's just saying that he thinks he knows. We got Huck saying Nova. We got another Nova in there. And Gizmo, I don't know if you're just joking around, but Tallulah, maybe. And then Larry is saying Nova or Zira. Tallulah. Okay, we're joking around there.
Okay.
All right. So
I cannot confirm or deny anything yet.
I will neither confirm nor deny those accusations, but that's cool. I'll just say any of those names I've heard so far, if it ends up being one of them, they're very, very cool names. So I'll have to go back. I'll have to dig. It's been a while since I've been in that franchise. So I'll have to look at that. So, anyway, I kept Mike too long, but everybody in the chat, thank you for hanging out for the long haul or a little bit that you were in here, or if you are catching us on a replay, thank you so much. Make sure I have links in the description for Mike. Check him out. You want to check me out? Yeah, I'm good with that too. But Mike's a good guy. Check out the content he's got out there. He's throwing out a mix of different things. Like I said, all it takes is a little bit of time to check somebody out and see whether that's your next favorite channel. You never know. So, Mike, thank you. Chat, thank you. And we're going to call it a night. And we will see you all really, really soon. So, thank you very much, everybody.
Have a great night.